Welcome to Schaefer Field in Russell. Jeremy McGuire along with Larry Jantz on Smoky Hills Public Television. It's 8-man Division I football. It's South Barber Chieftains and the Hope Lions. And Larry, this should be one heck of a ball game.
That's what you expect to be, an 8-man football. Both teams come in here 12-0 today, and the win's going to be an incredible factor today. You know, for Anderson, quarterback for Hope, and you got Garrett on his deal. You got Elliott, you know, as one of the backs, and I don't know. It's going to be a short passing game probably, and 2 quarters is, you know, it's going to be just to be a field position. Can you imagine what it's going to be for the punters and the kickers?
How important is it for ball control in a game like this when you got such wind blowing? How important is it to maintain control of the ball and to execute drives?
Well, I think that Coach Hostetler from Hope Lions would like to pass the ball a little bit more, and I think he's concerned about it. So I know he told me earlier that he's changed a few things for just because of the weather conditions. And of course, ball controls everything. You know, some of the best offense is if you keep the ball, well, the other team can't score. So I think we're going to look for a lot of that. The ball control, trying to stay first down and keep the sticks moving.
Now these two teams have been here before. It's no surprise for them. So this should be kind of like old hat for both of them.
Yeah, Hope won it, of course. They was runner-up in 202. They won the state championship over Hanston, 48-40 in 203. And then, of course, South Barber's here like 4 years ago. And St. Paul, they just lost a close one at the wire, so they runner-up a little bit. You know, the Chieftains, they're back and they're full strong. A lot of the little brothers now are the big brothers in this team.
Both these teams come into today's game with records of 12-0. One of them will come away a state champ, the other the runner-up. More from Schaefer Field in Russell after this. Welcome back to Schaefer Field in Russell. We are on Smoky Hills Public Television. It is Hope and South Barber in the 8-man Division I championship games. Jeremy McGuire along with Larry Jantz. Before we go any further, head coach James Johnston of the South Barber Chieftains is down on the field.
With South Barber coach James Johnston. Coach, what can we expect from you today?
Well, we hope that we can run the football today, run it effectively, and keep it out of their offense's hands.
And it's a pretty windy day. What do you expect to see out of Hope?
Well, I hope the wind bothers their passing game a lot. I know they're a very good passing team, and it's going to really affect the kicking game also on both sides. So we'll just see how it plays out.
All right, Coach. This is your how many appearances have you had in this game?
This is our second.
Okay. Well, you know what to expect then. Good luck, sir.
All right. Thanks. Thanks
a lot.
Thank you. All right.
Back live.
Our national anthem from the band over on the South Barber side here from Schaefer Field in Russell. And Larry Jantz, this is going to be quite a ball game, and it is a November day in Kansas for sure.
Yeah, the wind is here in Kansas, and it's going to be a big factor in this game, and it's going to be interesting to see how it really kind of plays out, Jeremy.
So it should be a good one. Hope in South Barber. Hope coach Jeff Hostetler is down on the sideline.
And here we are with Jeff Hostetter, coach for Hope. Coach, what do you expect from South Barber Chieftains today?
Well, I look for them just to try to establish a good running game. You know, they got a big front line and with a big fullback, so I look for them to just try to ball control and keep it out of our hands.
And what is your plan for today?
Well, you know, the wind's going to be a little bit of a factor today in our passing game, so we're going to have to kind of adjust with the when you go against the wind or with the wind in here. But most of the time, our passing game's a short passing game anyway. But we need to establish a good running game too to be effective.
Okay. And this is your third appearance in 4 years. Does that help the kids prepare for this type of a game?
Well, I know every year is a little bit different in there, but it sure makes a lot less pressure on some of these kids have been here. This is their third trip here, so that makes it a little bit easier on them.
Okay. Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
Yeah.
Number 11, John Myers. Number 15, DJ Swofford.
And back upstairs, the South Barber Chieftains being introduced right now. As you can see them coming out on the field, everybody is dressed warm and ready to rock and roll today. And South Barber comes into this ball game 12-0. They got here with the victory over Kensington, 56-28 in the sub-state championship game, Larry. And I tell you what, they fought hard to get here. They beat the #1 team in the state in Jetmore on the road at Jetmore, a game that they were down. They came back and won in overtime. And they are a battle-tested ball club coming into today's game, South Barber is.
And their appetite might be ready because they were here like 4 years ago and just barely come up runner-up, you know, to St. Paul in that ball game. And some of these here kids playing now, I have big brothers playing on that team, and they kind of got a taste of what it is, and now they want to try to go for the championship and all the marbles and finish 13-0, and they're 12-0 right now going for it. And likewise, why for Hope, the other team, why you've got they're 12-0 coming in here, and of course they was runner-up in 202, and they won it in 203, Jeremy. So the Hope Lions, they know what it's all about also.
They probably look back at that game that they won against Hanson, a game that they had well in control. Then Hanson came back and tied it, had a chance to take the lead with the 2-point conversion, and but Hope held on, got a late touchdown, won the ball game. So as far as championship game experience, they've seen the highs and the lows of playing in this game.
Absolutely, and getting back to 203, remember they led 34-8 and then 40-8, and that's when Hampton they put the ball on the rug there about 3 times in a row, and Hampton took advantage of it, and all before you knew it, it was 40-all. Then they had that screen pass towards the last of it, and I think it was that Krause kid back then, and he had that out here on like a swing pass out or screen out to the right, and he went clear across the field and in the end zone, and that was it, 48-40, and that's his first state championship.
Now, I would expect to see some of that today with Zeb Elliott. He has done it all this year for Hope, running for 593 yards, but also receiving for 998 yards and 18 touchdowns. He's had 14 touchdowns on the ground, 18 touchdowns through the year, 5 special teams touchdowns. The offense for Hope revolves around number 29, Zeb Elliott.
You better believe that. He has a total of 37 total touchdowns. Like you said, 5 on the special teams and the rest of it. But I'll tell you what, Hope has 60% of the time they rush the ball. They want to establish that running game, but 40% of the time it's been passing. For the year they've had on rushing, they've had 361 yards for 2404. So they average 6.6 yards every time the ball carrier is carrying it. And on the passing, they're 88 out of 137, or Tanner Anderson is number 10, and they've had 1,633 yards for the year, and that averaged 18.5. Somebody snags that ball, snags it, it'll carry them. So overall, they've had 54 points per game average and give up 12 points on defense. So they're outscoring their opponents by 42 points.
You flip it around to the other side, and you look at the South Barber offense, pretty balanced between Dustin Gordon and Garrett Cook in the backfield. 17 touchdowns for Gordon, 18 touchdowns for Cook on the ground. Cook has also caught 13 touchdowns. So when you look at the Hope defense and the South Barber offense, Hope has to prepare for a double threat in the backfield with both Cook and Gordon, and then watch out for John Myers because he's done all right passing as well.
Yeah, John Myers, the quarterback, number 11, he's a 6 foot, 155-pound senior, and he's had 8 touchdowns just rushing and 28 TDs of passing.
So it should be a good ball game. Let's go down to the field for a coin toss.
All right, guys, I'm going to introduce your officials. I'm Rick Savitz. I'll be your referee. Mike Folk will be your judge. Travis Plouts will be your umpire. Jared Rudy will be your linesman. We're going to work hard for you. Have a great game. Congratulations on getting here. You're the leaders of your team. Act accordingly. Act accordingly. If we need something from you, we're going to come right to you. All right, Hope, you're the home team. South Barber, you're the visitors. You're going to call this toss. Who's going to call it for me? All right, 11, what are you going to call?
Tails.
He's going to call tails, okay? Ready? Here we go. It is a head. Hope, you won the toss. You'd like to defer. All right, guys. You'd like the ball. Which way you want to kick? You want to kick that way? All right, swing your butts around to the goal you're going to defend. Hope won the toss. We're going to defer. South Barber will receive. All right, men. Shake hands. Good luck.
And there is the coin toss, just like Hope head coach Jeff Hostetter hoped for, Larry. He wanted to win the toss and be able to defer to the second half so we could get the win, just like he wanted. Hope did win it. They deferred, so they will defend the north end zone, and they will kick to the south. So a field position battle already underway.
Yeah, the mind game's going, and you're correct. That's what Hostetter wanted to do. And what's interesting is now you got assistant coach Joe Ross, who coached Jeff Hostetter when he was in high school. Isn't that interesting sidelight? Now he's assistant coach with him, and he coached 3 or 4 of these kids' dad when they played years ago.
We were talking with him before the game, and he said the other day he was at a ball game, and one of his former players came and showed him a picture of his granddaughter.
Yeah, so he was clear down in Texas when that happened, too, he said.
He was aging himself a little bit. So a lot of history in these ball games. Both these teams have been here before. They are 12-0, both South Barber and Hope coming into this football game. Talked a little bit about how South Barber got here. Hope, they went to Pike Valley and defeated the Panthers by a score of 56-36. They did defeat the Baileyville in the quarterfinals 36-0, and in the first round of the playoffs they defeated Pleasanton by a score of 52-6. So Hope has only given up 42 points thus far in the playoffs. On the other hand, South Barber, they've given up a little bit more. 6 in the opening round, 36 in the win over Jetmore, and 28 in the win over Kensington West Smith County. So 70 points given up by South Barber, and only 42 points given up by the Hope Lions. Hope will kick off. They'll put the football in the air, and we will be ready for high school football here on Smoky Hills Public Television. It's great to have you along for this football game. South Barber is receiving the kick by Carl Bentz. The 170-pound senior, he'll put the ball in the air, and it is a deep kick, and it's taken and brought by Cook into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. So you see an example right there, Larry, of how the wind is going to affect the kicks today.
He probably saw that ball zigging and zagging all the way down there, and then, of course, Head took his eyes on it. I think he almost tried to catch the ball or see where he's going to go with it before he really got it into his body. So it's going to be first and 10 on the 15-yard line, Jeremy.
So South Barber will open up on offense. Joey Bratton, Jordan Sterling, Casey Pinnock, Matt Swanger, and Chad Forrester across the front line for the Chieftains. Dustin Gordon and Garrett Cook in the backfield behind senior quarterback John Myers. And Cook is going to get the first carry, and he goes off the left side. He is not going to get much. Travis Swanger and Cass McMahon in on the tackle right away for the Hope Lions.
Well, you kind of expected that, Jeremy, that it's just kind of a toss play just to, Myers got the ball right quick, like gave it to his tail, but it was in an I formation. Give it to old Garrett Cook, the 33, the 165-pound, 5'10" senior, and see what he can do with the ball. He's been there 153 rushes this year for over 1,200 yards, and just not much this time.
We'll get the starting lineups for Hope on defense here after this play. Myers is going to give it underneath. That's a big fullback, still on his feet. He's in the open, down the sidelines. Jordan is knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards and the first down for the Chieftains.
Now that is a Chieftain. That's a big bull running that ball there. That's old Dustin Gordon. That's 6 foot, 240-pound senior, rumbling and stumbling for well more than enough for a first down, Jeremy.
Starters for Hope across the front line: Ed Coleman, Steve Cross, Cass McMahon. The linebackers: Lucas Hicks, Travis Savory. The defensive backfield: Carl Bent, Zeb Elliott, and Tanner Anderson. Back underneath center, the pitch to Cook. He has a little bit of blocking, but Zeb Elliott is there to meet him along with Travis Savory. Also in there on the tackle was Tanner Anderson, the cornerback. So the pickup, they're going to say he maybe lost about a half a yard, so we'll bring up second down and a long 10.
Yeah, it's a great job there. He's met there by 4 of them Hope Lions, is like you just mentioned. The first one there was Travis Savory, that 190-pound senior, number 85, and then, of course, their old quarterback on offense, Tanner Anderson, was in there to help seal it off.
Offset eye right now for the Chieftains. The
fumble.
Snap was fumbled. Myers gets on it, and immediately Steve Croft is in there to bring him down back at the 30-yard line. So a loss of 4 yards on the play. We'll call it a loss of 3. It'll bring up third down and 13.
Yeah, and old Steve Croft right in there. He's had 25 tackles this year, number 99, the nose guard, you know, for the Hope Lions. He's a 185-pound senior. And also had help by the left defensive end, Cass McMahon, number 91. He's a 206-pound junior.
2 minutes into the ball game, no score. Third down and 13 for the Chieftains. No score. They're going to give it right up the middle again to Gordon. He's going to get some of the yardage they lost back and then some.
Yeah,
Pickup of 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up fourth down and 6.
This is going to be an interesting call, isn't it? They're in mirrored field. Are they going to punt or what? You know, they're big decision. He wants to call timeout and think about it. It's a big decision.
James Johnson will take a timeout. We'll take one with you. Fourth down and 6 for South Barber when we come back on Smoky Hills Public Television. Welcome back to Schaefer Field and Russell. South Barber with the first big decision of the football game. They face a fourth down and 5 from their own 39-yard line. They lost some yards on second down, got them back with an 8-yard carry right there by Dustin Gordon. And a big decision right here, Larry, this wind blowing strong in the face of the Chieftains.
That definitely affected Coach Johnston to call timeout. He wanted to think about it because the wind blowing up to maybe about 35 miles an hour today. Jeremy out of the north, right in their face.
And so South Barber has made the decision they're going to go for it. They need to get just across the Hope 37-yard line for a first down. Myers under center. He's going to give the pitch back to Cook, and he is not going to make it. He's going to pick up 2 yards, but a host of Lions are there on the tackle. Travis Savory and Steve Croft in there again. 2 yards on the carry, and it will be Hope football after the turnover on downs.
And on what they end up doing here is that you'll have across the line now for the Hope Lions as far as on offense.
So Hope will have the football. They have a first down and 10. Logan Reeve, Cass McMahon, Michael Gursky, Ed Coleman, Carl Bentz on the offensive line.
Nope.
Back to pass, looking down the field, had a man wide open. Did Tanner Anderson. Now that pass is incomplete. Anderson was looking across the field for his right end, Carl Bentz. That pass was incomplete. If you look down the field, though, Larry, he had tailback Lucas Hicks wide open at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, but he took advantage of the wind there, Jeremy. And here we go here for second and 10, Jeremy.
Anderson under center. He has Hicks in the backfield. He pitches it to him. He has a little bit of an opening, cuts it back, still on his feet, running hard inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 14 yards and a first down for Hope.
He's a pretty impressive sophomore. Coach Hostep, when I talked to him earlier in the week, Jeremy, he said, hey, they can put him in for about anybody. Lucas Hicks is an all-purpose back. He can play about any position on the field, and you just saw his talents right then. So brings that first down and 10, and Hope's Lions are on a march.
Hope going with the spread formation right here. Travis Savory is the fullback. Anderson is going to give it to him right up the middle, and he is going to be brought down. Dustin Gordon leading the charge right there for the South Barber defense.
It looks like he made a good 3.
25, a pickup of 3, second and 7.
It will be second and about 7.
And Savory, he's had 16 touchdowns this year, Jeremy, and he's also caught 16 passes for 218 yards. But that time he's running, and he averages 7.39 yards every time he carries the ball.
Two wide receivers split to the far side. Zeb Elliott out there along with Carl Bentz. Elliott now in motion to the near side. Anderson's going to keep it, and he is going to be hit, driven back. Wow, he got popped.
Swonger got him.
Gordon and Swonger in on the tackle. For South Barber, a pickup of 2 yards on the play, and that will make it 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, 3rd down long 5. Oh, Matt Swonger, nose guard for the Chieftains. Number 44, he's a 6 foot, 225-pound senior. And Dustin Gordon, number 32, defensive left end. He's a 240-pound, 6 foot senior as well. And all that beef hit that Lions right after a short game.
Chad Forrester, Todd Sheelight, the linebackers, John Myers, Garrett Cook, the defensive backs. Anderson looking to throw it. Has Savory out there, and that pass is going to be incomplete, but we're going to have a pass interference on the play. The defender, John Myers, never looked back for the football and impeded the offensive man, Travis Savory, from coming back, and that will be a 1st down for Hope.
Yeah, the ball was probably halfway there when what you described took place. Myers had down there and hit him.
Black, captain. Okay. Now we have, you want this penalty, correct? We're on the.
We're on the 3rd down and 5 before the penalty, and Hope will take, and it will be a 1st down.
Going to the
mark
12,
it off.
it'll be a 1st down. 12-yard line, automatic 1st down.
Down to the 12-yard line.
1st and 10. Go ahead.
So half the 10-yard penalty right there, and it will bring up 1st down and 10
from the 12-yard line. So
pass interference on the defense. Penalties half the distance to the goal.
For Hope. So
automatic
they're
1st
driving
down.
on their 1st possession. No score, 7:34 to go in the 1st quarter. Hope with the football. South Barber gave it away on downs on their 1st possession. Anderson back underneath center. He's going to option it right side and gets a decent gain. Dustin Gordon again on the tackle. Down inside the 10 to the 8, a pickup of 4.
But they had that old spread kind of formation, or at least they had split receivers at both ends of the field with only just the one tailback back there, and Anderson decided to tuck the ball up, and he made a good 5 yards almost, so we got 2nd and about 4 or 5 for the 1st down. Got to get down to 2 for the 1st down, Jeremy.
So the ball's at the 8-yard line, just inside the 8. So we'll call it 2nd down and 6 as Anderson's going to give it up the middle to Savory, and he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He didn't go anywhere.
Matt Swonger in underneath. Also coming in was Todd Sheelight on the tackle, and they're going to lose a yard back to the 9, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
That Matt Swonger in there, that 225 nose guard, he neutralized Michael Gursky, the center, number 71. He's 225-pound junior for Hope, and also Coleman, the right guard, and then of course McMahon, the left guard.
So 3rd down and 7, a big call right here for Hope. Logan Reef split to the far side, just outside his tight end, Carl Bentz. Zeb Elliott split to the near side. They're going to him into the end zone, and that's going to be too far.
He was open, but the pass just flew over his head just a little bit there. Went to Casper the Ghost, you might say, because it was just a little bit too tall for old Zeb Elliott.
John Myers, Chance Sterling on the coverage for the South Barber Chieftains, and that will bring up a 4th down and 7. So a big call for head coach Jeff Hostetter. They'll make the call, and he's over here on the sidelines with his junior quarterback, along with sophomore tailback Lucas Hicks. Here we go, 4th down and 7. Looking to the right side at Bentz and Elliott. Elliott in motion, trying to create some separation. Back to pass, throwing it again into the corner of the end zone, and that pass is way over the head of the intended receiver, Zeb Elliott. And so the Chieftains defense is held, but now the field position battle comes in again, as it will be 1st down and 10 for South Barber at their own 9-yard line, but they did not give up any points.
That's true, and Coach Johnston now will want to put together, there's only 6 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. You know what he wants to do is put some sustained drives together so he doesn't have to punt the ball back and give it back to them because of that wind could be a factor trying to punt into it. So that's going to be a cat and mouse match to find out which one of them, the defense of the Lions or the Chieftains offense, gets it.
Sun comes shining here at Schaefer Field. Gordon off to the left side. He is going to be buried over there on the far side. Heard this name a lot. Travis Savory, Carl Bentz in on the tackle for Hope.
And that old Croft and Coleman, they kind of interrupted his efforts there. And so lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage if he did do it.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 now for the Chieftains. 12-0 coming into this season. A heartbreaker to St. Paul in 2003. 2nd down and 10. There's the pitch out. Still on his feet. Garrett Cook picked up 3 on the play, but now it brings up 3rd down and 7 and a very important play early in this ball game.
Yeah, Bentz is on that old tackle then. Old Carl Bentz, a 170-pound senior, number 43, was in on it. Kind of brought him down to his knees after that short gain called, what, 3rd and a long 6, almost 7 yards to go now, Jeremy. And with 5:04 to go in the 1st quarter, and they're still in that wind's right in their face.
Cook came into this ball game with 1,226 yards rushing. So far on 4 carries today, he has only 6. So Hope doing a good job keeping him under control. He's now split out to the near side. Back to pass, and they're going to run it, and nowhere to go for Myers as he is hit and dropped in the backfield.
Lost a yard or 2, didn't he?
Savory and Croft in on the tackle, lost a yard. It brings up 4th down and a short 8.
And just what Coach Johnston did not want to do with the Chieftains is to give the ball away from that their own 12-yard line. They're going to have to punt it back. So here comes old Swanger back in there, the punter.
Swanger is going to punt it. Joey Bratton is the long snapper. And Swanger does about the best you can do in that situation. Zeb Elliott takes it, goes to the right side, and Hope will have excellent field position to start their 2nd drive of the ball game. 4:06 to go, 1st quarter. Hope will have the football 1st and 10 at the South Barber 29-yard line.
On the Chieftains.
Right there, Swanger did about as good as you possibly could. He didn't get it too deep up in the wind too far, because if you do, that ball's going to come right back to you.
And the football not being around like a basketball all along took some funny bounces out there, didn't it, Jeremy?
Sure did. I tell you, Elliott took a little bit of a chance getting on top of that ball, but now they go into a power I formation. Elliott is the tailback, and that ball is fumbled.
And they get it back.
South Barber has it. Dustin Gordon falls on the football, so just like that, the Chieftains get it back, and it will be 1st down and 10 South Barber at their own 29-yard line. So it couldn't have worked out any better, and the first turnover goes to the Chieftains.
Well, but the thing about it was that I don't think Anderson tried to pull out too quick before the ball got there.
You see right there, he just never got the snap, and Gordon came right in and fell on it. So it's 1st down and 10 for South Barber. There's the pitch out to Cook, had a little bit of running room, and tell you what, Travis Savory is all over the place and nearly going for this Hope defense.
Yeah, well, he's leading tackler, has 127 tackles for the year, and he's had 2 fumble recoveries and 2 interceptions, and that's that 190-pound senior. Of course, he has on offense, he's in the backfield also as like fullback, but number 85, 190-pound senior, certainly did his job.
2nd down and 10, no gain on the play for Cook as he could not get to the edge on that play. Offset I to the right side. There's a give to Cook left side, has a little bit of running room this time. Steve Croft and Savory out there on the tackle again. Ed Coleman also had a piece of that one after a pickup of 3 on the play, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it's still 3rd and long. It's going to be 3rd and 7, Jeremy, with just 3:05 to go. We got the receiver split wide, huh?
Shotgun formation for the Chieftains. They're going to run it, looking for a block. And Myers is going to be cut down short of the 1st down. He picks up 6 yards on the carry, had a nice lead block there, but was not able to pick up the 1st down. It's going to be pretty close, but they're going to be about a half a yard short, and it will be another 4th down for the Chieftains, and we're going to have an official timeout for measurement. 2:41 to go, first quarter, and you could see James Johnston over there on the far side. He wanted to see how far he had to go so he could pick out which play he wanted to run.
I'll tell you what, that was a touchdown saving tackle by Tanner Anderson, that 170-pound junior, who's a quarterback on offense, but
and it is a first down. It did not look like a first down from here, but it is a first down for South Barber.
They always make more yards when you have a crooked line going across there, don't you?
Second first down of the ball game for the Chieftains, so this drive continues at their own 39-yard line with 2.5 to go in the first quarter, no score. So most 8-man games you see a lot of scoring, but this one, don't expect it with two good defenses going at it. First down and 10. Gordon, kind of a cross buck, and he's going to get up to the 40 and just into Hope territory.
Give him one, huh?
Gain of a yard, maybe a yard and a half on the play. It'll bring up second down and 9.
Well, South Barber for the year, Jeremy, has averaged 49 points a game. They average 237 yards a game on rushing it, got 158 on by the air, so a total about just 395 yards for the game. I'd only give up 15 points on defense. That's South Barber.
Expect them to go to the air in the second quarter. There's a run to the outside again. Gordon is cut down after a pickup of about a yard. They'll give him about a half a yard, so it'll bring up third down and a long 8.
That was a great tackle by Zeb Elliott, that 175-pound junior, number 29. He just did a great job. Fundamental tackling, he wrapped him up and got him down.
Another third down for the Chieftains. Third down and 8. The ball is just into Hope territory. 39 yards rushing so far in the ball game for South Barber. They're going to pass it this time, looking, throwing it down the field. That pass is incomplete. Garrett Cook lost his footing about the 29 and could not come down with the pass.
And
we'll bring up fourth down.
To help hurry up that throw by John Myers, while we had 91, old Cass McMahon, he was in there putting that 206-pound junior, was putting all the pressure that John Myers wanted to see, and he threw the ball and just a little bit short.
And Matt Swanger is going to come back and punt the ball away to Zeb Elliott in punt formation. And there's a kick. And
good one.
See what the wind does to it right there. Elliott sees it bounce. He's going to pick it up. Had a little bit of a seam, and he's going to take it back to the 26-yard line. In on the tackle for South Barber was Jordan Sterling.
That was a good 7-8 yards, though, on that return. And the ball had a lot of hang time because the wind did a little bit more hang time than normal.
It did. Now, it had some decent distance on it, considering.
And a little boomerang action when it came down. It kind of came back a little bit, too, huh?
So first down and 10, and Hope's going to open this thing up. Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers far, 1 near. Elliott's going to come out, and that pass is well overthrown. He had the cut on John Myers, but the pass was overthrown, and the ball is definitely sailing on the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
going with the wind.
The wind is affecting his. He's normally a pretty good target. I mean, he has 1,595 yards for the year. He averages 18.76 yards every time and 18 touchdowns through the air, and has had 85 catches out of 134 attempts, only 4 interceptions all year long, Jeremy. So right here, the wind is definitely a factor on for Tanner Anderson.
Jeff Hofstetter going over what he wants to do, and Travis Savory's going to get the carry. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the carry. Todd Sheelight, Matt Swanger in on the tackle along with Casey Pinnock, and it will bring up second down and 6. And we'll probably see one more play here in this first quarter. Third down and 6, excuse me, from the 30-yard line.
And Hofstetter sent, of course, Lucas Hicks and Tanner Anderson in there with this next play here with about 20 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Third down and 6 for Hope. They're looking for a first down right here. Carl Bentz is the man in motion. Back to pass, looking to throw it in the flat to Savory. He is going to have the first down. In on the tackle was Chad Forrester, number 42, a 6'2", 190-pound junior. But a pickup of 8 yards on the play, and that will be a first down for the Lions.
And one of the incredible things that helped make that happen was that they picked up the blitz by the Chieftains in there. The Lion picked that blitz up, gave him Dave Tanner time enough to get rid of it.
And we have a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. With 5.1 seconds to go in the first half, head coach Jeff Hostetter takes the timeout, and he wants one more play with the win, Larry. And you can bet he's going to want to try something that's going to put the ball in the air, maybe a play action or something. But I tell you what, you can really get the ball down the field with this win like it is.
I think he wants to get a little bit longer. Here we
see
go.
That pass right here is Anderson just found Savory out there in the flat, and you see him running hard to get that first down. He knew exactly where the first down marker was and knew he wasn't there yet.
But see, because the blitz was coming in there and he picked it up very good, Anderson had to roll out, so it gave him a little bit more time by rolling out. And of course, cut Savory Travis on the same deal. They're on the same page and the same book, and that's important. He snagged that ball in and made enough for the first down. And I think what you want to do here is to get him some extra time, Jeremy, to get the ball. So it might be a play action pass, try to freeze the linebackers, hold them in a little bit, and get a couple of them deep, maybe receivers, and get one chance before the first quarter ends, and they have to give up the win at their back.
Defensive backs are playing back and deep a little bit. The officials waiting until the clock gets set over there on the far side. No score first quarter. Only 5.1 seconds to go in the first quarter. Looks like they're going to put a little bit more time up, 7 seconds. So most likely time enough for one play as Anderson goes back up underneath the center, Michael Gersty. Elliott in motion to the near side. Back to pass. There's a throw over the middle. Savory's there. He got it.
What a catch.
What a catch by Travis Savory at the 19-yard line. Holy smokes, 23 yards and a first down for the Lions.
Oh, sweet hands he had on that one. Nice timing catch.
Look at this catch right here by Travis Savory. He had a step. That pass was dumped in there. One hand brings it in and goes down at the 19, and that is the last play of the first quarter. We are through the first quarter of play. We have no score in the ball game. Drew Miller, hey, you're down there in that windy crowd. Drew, what do you got for us?
I just get a look at
Okay, Jeremy, what a fitting into the first quarter. I'm here actually with Travis Savory's mom, Chris, and she actually has 2 boys on the team. It seems like 8-man championship brings on a new type of cold. Chris, are you keeping warm?
Yeah, not too bad right now.
So are you pretty excited about that catch that Travis just made?
Oh yes, that was wonderful.
Now you have another son, Tyler. He's waiting in the wings maybe a little bit in the future. Are you happy to have both your boys playing?
Oh yes, this is a wonderful school, good sports.
Now Jeremy, I don't know if you remember 2 years ago whenever it was Hope versus Hanston, and we had a pretty cold weather out there for that game. Looks like we're going to have another one today.
Thanks, Drew. And yes, I think it is going to be a little chilly, but I don't feel it so much up here in the booth. How about you, Larry?
Perfect right here.
Sorry, everybody out there in that cold wind. So first down and 10 for Hope as we start the second quarter. Tight formation, and Elliott's going to get his first carry, and he runs hard. And he's swarmed under at the 16-yard line. Matt Swanger in on the tackle along with Casey Pinnock.
That old Pinnock, they're pretty good across that front line there. They're over 200. Casey Pinnock, he's a lightweight. He's 6'1", 205-pound sophomore. Swanger's 225 nose guard. And they got old Dustin Gordon, 240-pound defensive end.
So second down, and we'll call it 7 from the 16-yard line. It's an option to the right side. Hicks on the carry, picks up a few yards. Swanger in again on the tackle, down at the 13-yard line, and a pickup of 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up third down from the 13-yard line.
And that is a great job out there, Jeremy, by Swanger, the nose guard, because 32, Dustin Gordon, he took the quarterback, made him pitch, but the old nose guard, he laterally went about 7-8 yards out there to snuff that play in.
So it brings up 3rd down and 5. They need just outside the 8-yard line for a first down. There's a pitch out to Elliott. He's looking for some room, and he is knocked down. And on the tackle is Pinnock again for the Chieftains, and a pickup of about 1 on the play, and it will bring up 4th down, and we'll call it 4 for the Lions.
Big decision time for Coach Hofstadter and the Hope Lions here. It gets 4th down and 4 from the Chieftains' 12.5-yard line.
Clock running, 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go first half. No score so far. Both teams have been knocking on the door. We just have yet to have a score.
Well, we got Twins to the right. Anderson with only 1 setback.
Hicks is the lone setback. Elliott in motion. They put him in motion a lot so far in this first half, and we have a flag on the play, and we'll see what the call is. Delay a game against the offense, and that's a tough one because that's going to make it 4th down and long now for the Lions.
So it could be about 4th down and 9 yards now instead of 4th and 4. But that's what a little laundry gets on the floor when you do that.
Dead ball. Delay the game on the offense. Replay 4th down.
So 4th down and 9 for the Hope Lions. They have the football at the South Barber 17-yard line. They did have it at the 12 prior to that penalty, so penalties can definitely hurt, and 5 yards in a situation like this is a lot of yardage.
Yeah, probably changed it. Changed the play options for Coach Hofstadter. Definitely going to be a pass play.
Anderson, fake pitch, throws it up the middle of the field. That pass is up and is incomplete. And Savory had that one go right off his hands. Chad Forrester on the coverage. And now we'll see if the Chieftains go to put the ball in the air, as they will have the ball for the first time with the wind behind them.
Right about the same time that ball went right in there to old Savory. Chad Forrester had his left hand. His left hand just kind of hit the elbow and just knocked the ball out of his hands. Here
Watch this right here. That ball just hung up. Savory had a shot at it, but just couldn't bring it down.
It was a great job by Chad Forrester, that 6'2", 190-pound junior, number 42, Chad Forrester. He saved the day and gave the Chieftains the ball. First and 10 from their own 18-yard line, Jeremy.
First down and 10. They'll move the ball back to about the 17. Back to pass. Looking down the field, has a man caught, and that's going to be a first down for South Barber all the way down to the Hope 36-yard line. 27 yards on the completion to Chad Forrester.
2 great plays in a row. One to save a touchdown, breaking up a pass play, and the next time he's on the receiving end of another John Myers catch. And of course, Chad Forrester's been kind of popular all year.
Forrester had, if you can see, he had the space, made the catch, facing his quarterback. First down and 10 for the Chieftains. They're in Hope territory. There's the give to the quarterback. Not much going for Gordon. He'll pick up a couple of yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
That was that rumbling, stumbling Dustin Gordon again in there. Now a 240-pound, 6-foot senior, number 32, carrying the mail that time.
So 2nd down and 8 now for the Chieftains. 27-yard completion by Myers to Forrester, the big play so far on this drive.
He's averaged 24 yards per catch all year long, Jeremy. He's averaged 24 yards.
He's gonna throw it again, in trouble. Myers still on his feet. Boy, he got hit hard in his back there by Savory. He's going to pick up 1 yard on the scramble. It'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, getting back to Chad Forrester that saved that touchdown and caught that long pass. He's received 21 catches for 504 yards all year long, 8 touchdowns, and his longest reception has been 65-yarder this year. So it's a great job by that 6'2", 290-pound junior, Chad Forrester. And you'll see him out on the right end in this place. Look for him again. Give him a breath.
Tight formation. There's the pitch again. Cook looking for some running room. Breaks free, still on his feet, running hard. You can hear the pads cracking on that play. That's going to be very close to a first down.
Boy, they might call timeout for another measurement, looks like. Or
it's going to be 4th down. They're going to call it short. He needed 8. He got 7. It'll bring up 3rd down and about a 4th down and about a half a yard on the play.
Almost the length of the football, Jeremy, is about all they really need, but they're just under 8 minutes, 7:55 to go before halftime. And obviously, you know, they're going to go for it. with all that beef they got in the backfield.
I look for him to go up the left side here. We're going to have a killer play, and that's going to be a false start against the Chieftains.
There's laundry everywhere.
Red ball, procedure, offense.
So a 5-yarder against South Barber. Both teams here in the second quarter, Larry, have cost themselves with penalties on 4th down.
I think there's 4 flags been thrown so far in the ball game. One was delay of game, of course the legal procedure twice, and then a pass interference one time. I think 4 flags so far. So the Zebras are keeping it going.
And a timeout on the field. South Barber wants to talk about it. We'll take it with you. 7:42 to go in the first half. No score in the Division I state championship game in 8-man on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Presentation of the 2005 8-man Division I State Football Championship is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Rural Telephone and Nextech, providing telephone and internet technology solutions to central and western Kansas for over 50 years. Rural Telephone and Nextech support public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving the Kansas community. The First National Bank of Hope, serving Hope and the surrounding communities since 1923, congratulating the Lions on their achievement. OK Co-op Grain Company of Kiowa, supporters of the Chieftains, congratulating the South Barber Chieftains on their success. The First State Bank of Kiowa, family owned and operated since 1935, offering a 24-hour ATM, supporting the South Barber Chieftains. Custom Rope of Kiowa, over 30 years of experience in tow rope making, supporters of the Kiowa Chieftains. And by Investment Professionals Incorporated with Dan Cook, Hope Booster Club, Bogner Incorporated, Chevrolet Buick, Hometown Market, KVK Incorporated, Building Systems Management, Kiowa Locker System, Tri-County Telephone Association Incorporated, Graves Plumbing, KPAK FM Radio, Kiowa, Kansas.
South Barber head coach James Johnston talking it over with his squad. They face a 4th down and 6 from the 31-yard line. They completed a 27-yarder to Chad Forrester just a moment ago. We'll see if Forrester's involved in this one, or we'll see if they go with somebody out of the backfield. Look out for maybe a shovel pass or something right here. Myers back to pass, looking, he's going to run it, throws it up the field. Forrester had it and then dropped it. He had it at the 16-yard line, but a little heat on that pass from Myers as he was under some pressure, and it will go back to the Lions. 1st down and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
He had his left hook and his right hook, you know, both them hands on that ball. He's just trying to bring it into his body and lost it on the way down. And he was trying to, of course, make sure he stayed in bounds, too. So that's going to be 1st down.
See it right here, bounce right off his hands as Hope come to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to give it right up the middle. And that's Savory on the carry, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard on the play. And the yards are tough to come so far in this football game as Hope tries to figure out what they're going to do offensively. Carl Bentz, as you see there, either pointing out a block or something, and it's 2nd down and 9.
And Hope, over the year so far, they scored 240 points in the first quarter, 200 points in the second quarter, or 440 points total to the opponent's only 57 yards.
And there's another false start. Cass McMahon at the left guard position, or left tackle, whichever you prefer, an 8-man. That's another 5-yarder, and it will bring up
Go if you want that, right?
3rd down, or 2nd down and 14.
Jeremy, what they're going to have to do is just start looking. They're not going to have to be going the sound of the ball. But
Dead ball, legal procedure, offense, 5 yards, 2nd down.
So 2nd down right here for the Lions. They have it at their own 27-yard line. No scores so far in the ball game. We have 7:01 to go in the second quarter here on Smoky Hills Public Television.
But don't you think that, Jeremy, if they split out receivers, you know, and maybe in a spread formation, that and the quarterback's calling the signals, that it's difficult for the team, you know, in the wind, they can't hear the signals, and so if you need to watch the ball, watch it, snatch it, then go.
That wind whistles through your helmet and makes it real hard. It's going to be quarterback Kiefer Anderson to pick up the penalty yardage. Pinnock in on the tackle. And a pickup of, we'll call it 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Of course, their favorite plays all during the year has been either quick passes, their sweep, or their veer option. That's been their favorite plays for the Hope Lions. And, of course, one of the ones we're talking about so far has been kind of a stalemate is Zeb Elliott, but look for him to kind of get loose here pretty soon.
Elliott with only 4 yards rushing so far in the football game. Another timeout on the field.
Timeout,
5:59 to go. We'll keep it right here in the second quarter, and so far a low-scoring ball game. And defenses have been a little bit, Larry, but they've yet to break.
That's absolutely correct. And of course, the wind and the weather conditions is one of the big factors for it. But both teams, one team only gave up 12 points for the year, and the other only gave up 15 points. And here we are, not halftime yet, and there's no score by either team. So defense is winning this game so far.
You know, you hear the old adage, offense will win you games, but defense will win you championships. And right now, both these defenses are playing deserving of winning a state championship. But one of these points, an offense is probably going to be a big play because the sustained drive doesn't look like it's going to happen for either one of these teams, judging by the performance so far in the first half.
Yeah, and earlier, remember, as a touchdown-saving tackle earlier, you know, by Anderson, you know, for Hope. Otherwise, that was going to be gone for a touchdown in the first quarter when the Chieftains had to win.
So Hope has called out their play, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 10 for the Lions. They need the South Barber 39 for a first down. Play action, throw out in the flat, intended for Carl Bentz, and it was incomplete. Out there on the coverage was Garrett Cook, also Todd Shewhite for the Chieftains.
He was trying to get that pass out there to his right end, number 43, Carl Bentz, that 170-pound junior, but our senior. But that doggone ball just floated in that wind. It kind of floated, kind of like a boat going across water.
Anderson 2 for 8, and he's going to punt the football away right here. There's a kick. It was nearly blocked, and it's going to be good field position for South Barber at their own about the 30.5-yard line. So the Chieftains will take over 1st and 10 just outside their 30 with 5:47 to go in the first half. Last time they had it, first play with the win, they went deep to Chad Forrester. We'll see if they put the ball in the air again.
Well, they still got just under 6 minutes, 5:47 to go before halftime. You know they're going to put the ball in the air, even though the, you know, the Chieftains have got here. They love to run the ball.
We'll see what they do here. There's a give to Cook up the middle, breaks one tackle, and he'll pick up a couple on the play. Tanner Anderson in on the tackle for the Lions, 2nd down and 9.
And of course, the Chieftains, Coach Johnston said some of the keys today, he wanted to run the ball effectively, didn't want to have any turnovers, and of course, pass the ball effectively. And now they got the wind to their back, so I suspect the 3rd option, or trying to pass the ball effectively, is really what he wants to try to get done. 2nd and 8, call it 9.
Garrett Cook, 10 carries, 19 yards. It's going to be an option to the right side. Myers got upended by Anderson at the 39-yard line. That's a pickup of 8. It will bring up 3rd down and 1. And Tanner Anderson did the right thing. Nice forward tackle and brought the quarterback down.
Yep, from one quarterback to the other, and Tanner Anderson kind of gave him the old somersault type tackle. And flipped old John Myers head over heels. John is that 6 foot, 155-pound senior, John Myers, for the Chieftains, and he brings him up the line of scrimmage again underneath that old center, Casey Pinnock.
So Pinnock will snap it back to Myers. There's a give to Gordon. He's going to have the first down. Dustin Gordon down to the Hope 37-yard line, and 4 yards on the carry, and it's a first down for the Chieftains.
There wasn't any doubt on that one, was there? There's only one running back there. They had old Cooks, you know, kind of split out here to the left side, and with only one back there, that old 32, that's 240-pound, 6-foot senior Dustin Gordon. He's carrying the mail. He's carrying the mail.
5 carries, 32 yards for Gordon. He leads all rushers on both sides so far in the ball game. He's going to get it again on a little counter action. He'll cross the 35 to the 34 and pick up a little over 3 yards on the carry.
He's a load, isn't he?
Oh boy, not easy to bring him down.
you know, one of the famous Kansas athletes ever play NFL football was up at 8th grader down there in old Kiowa. Do you know his name? Old Steve Tasker, number 89 for the Buffalo Bills.
He can play a little football, but I don't think he was as big as Gordon.
No, he's not a big load like that Gordon. Steve Tasker's only 5'9", 181 pounds.
Option right side. Myers running room. He breaks a tackle. Down the sideline at the 10, 5, and he is out of bounds at the 3-yard line. A pickup of 31 yards and a first down for the Chieftains.
I'll tell you why, it's a little early to see track season, but did you see him go over that hurdle? He's like he's trying to go over a hurdle on that sideline over there. Huh?
Boy, how'd he get through football first, Mr. Myers? Look at that right here. Little option to the right side. He kept it, and there he goes. And if it hadn't have been for Ed Coleman, that would have been a touchdown. First down and goal for South Barber, looking for the first score of the game. It's the Gordon. He's powering. He's in for the touchdown.
Well, what a bull he is.
A 3-yard touchdown run by Dustin Gordon. South Barber has drawn first blood. 3:31 to go in the first half. South Barber 6 and Hope nothing.
Well, man, what a load he was. And so old Myers just turned around and gave him that ball and says, carry the mail. Let's get it home. Get her done, and he did.
So 2-point conversion coming right here, and boy howdy, they can make a difference in a football game.
Unbalanced line to the right.
There's a pitch to Cook, and he is going to be short of the goal line. So at 3:31 to go, it was a 3-yard touchdown run by Dustin Gordon that got South Barber on the board. Set up by a big run of 31 yards by the quarterback John Myers off the right side, and they continue. Looks like they might have found something, Larry, off that right side.
Well, that's what he was trying to get at rushing all year long. Now, you know, Myers all year long has averaged 4.3 yards every time he carries the ball. His longest has been 38 yards, so that almost equals his longest yard gain for the whole year, Jeremy, because 38 was what it was, his longest gain, and he's had 8 touchdowns by the run, and he almost got another one, just 3 yards short.
So South Barber has taken advantage of the wind, and Garrett Cook will tee it up at the 30-yard line, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if he pounds it through the goalpost right here, because he does have a nice leg on it.
Well, and the old momentum is kind of on your side now since you finally drew first blood. You got the first score down there, and I'd look for him to put a good stiff leg in this one here. If he hits it square, it ought to be back there for a touchback, I'm thinking. You can see Elliott,
and there's the deep kick by Cook. He about got it through the goalpost.
Almost field goal.
So that is a good defense right there, and it will bring up first down and 10 for
maybe what they should have done, Jeremy, is go for a PAT, just kick it through there. I mean, with a leg like that. I mean, he almost made it good from
a long ways away.
Let's call it
60 yards.
Yeah, good 60, almost 70 yards.
He booted her.
But now Hope got to try to answer with 3 minutes and 31 seconds to go before halftime. Here they come out, Tan Anderson under the ball.
So first down for the Lions. They trail 6-0. Savory up the middle. He's upended up at about the 17-yard line. Chance Sterling in on the hit for South Barber, and it'll bring up second down and 8.
And Travis Savory is that fullback, and 190-pound senior, and he carries the mail a long time. He averages 7.39 yards per carry, and he's had 16 touchdowns all year. And he's also caught 16 passes for 218 yards.
So Hope, with the clock running just under 3 minutes here in this second quarter, Hope trailing 6-0 with the football. And we have a false start, and the center forgot the snap count because everybody else left except for the center on that one. Third penalty for 15 yards against the Lions. At this stage of the season, these are penalties that probably shouldn't be happening with the false starts, Larry.
Incredibly frustrating to the coaching staff, Coach Joe Ross, Coach Hostetler.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5 yards, second down. No, we're going to wind it now.
Official marks the play ready to go, and it will bring up second down and 13. Ball at the 12-yard line. South Barber defense trying to shut out Hope here in this first half. Back to pass at the middle screen to St. And South Barber is all over. Matt Swanger in on the tackle. Todd Sheelight is there. And a pickup of maybe 1 on the play. And it will bring up, we'll call it 2, it'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, Todd Sheelight, whose older brother, you know, a couple of years ago was a quarterback when they got here that time before, and he's a junior quarterback that year when they come up short to St. Paul in that championship game. So a little brother, Todd's now a senior, and he's a 5'10", 170-pound senior, and he's the first one to make contact. And then, of course, Mr. Swanger, Matt Swanger, 44, the old 225-pound senior, come in there to kind of finish it off.
So 3rd down and 11 for Hope. They're going to pass it again. Anderson throws it out in the flat. Has Elliott, nice catch. And he's going to have a 1st down. The clock will stop, and they get it out to the 29-yard line. A pickup of 15 yards and a 1st down. And a huge play right there for the Lions.
Man, Coach Hostetler and them Hope Lions needed that one there, and that was a nice touch pass into the wind. Had a nice spiral on it, and it just exactly right came in right over old Zeb's shoulder. And old Zeb Elliott caught that, and he's a 175-pound senior. Here we got a replay. Son of a gun, it still works. You see that?
Nice catch right there by Elliott. Back to pass. It's going to be a fake reverse and a pass. Out the flat hit. He's down the sideline looking for yardage all the way down to the 41-yard line.
He's opened up that game a little bit, got him guessing a little bit. You know, pass to the left, now pass to the right side.
19 yards, and like you talked about in the pregame, Larry, a lot of short passes right now proving to be successful for the Lions, but now the clock running down to 1:20, and Hope has to hurry up to try and get a score here.
Yeah, they got 1:15 and counting when they're 31 yards away from pay dirt.
Anderson back to pass, looking for Elliott, out the flat, Elliott drops.
Oh, he tried to run before he actually snared it in.
And he would have had a 1st down and been able to get out of bounds, but he drops the pass, and it will be a 2nd down and 10 from just outside the South Barber 31.
I remember my old coach used to say, and of course Roger Barber up at Smith Center, you know, who won the ball game last night, 32-20 over Oakley, and they're in the state finals in Hayes. But 3 things can happen when you pass the ball, and 2 of them is negative.
2nd down for Hope. Back to pass again. That's a pass is caught, and it's going to be a pickup of 7 yards on the play. Short of the 1st down. Clock continues to run.
Under a minute.
Under a minute to go. They have to hustle out. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
However, what happened there was he wanted to get out of bounds, stop the clock, but because it's incomplete, he got the same goal on Zeb. He stopped the clock. 3rd down and 3, Jeremy.
Big play right here. There's a pitch out to Elliott. He's going to throw it. Looks down the field, has a man.
Oh, in his hands.
In and out of the hands of senior left end Logan Reef, and it will bring up 4th down. And that was a nice throw into the wind from the tailback, Zeb Elliott.
Boy, that would have been just exactly what the doctor ordered if you got that one.
Look at this right here. Elliott went to the right, had it, threw it, just out of the hands.
You know, and that's tough to do. I mean, Zeb Elliott looked to me like he had, you know, gloves on his hands, you know, and that to me would be tough to do, to throw the ball with gloves on your hand.
4th down and 3. Hope wants to get a score right here. Back to pass. Throws it out in the flat. Elliott has it. 1st down.
Out of bounds with.
Out at the 16-yard line. He picks up 9 yards, and it's out of bounds, and Hope is driving.
I'll tell you what, the doctor needed that one there, and Mr. Hostetler got exactly what he wanted from Anderson to Zeb Elliott. He's got them good hands. He wasn't going to let that ball slip through his hands like it did the time before, about 3 plays ago.
Hope is seeing some success in the passing game. 83 yards through the air so far in the 1st half. 27.6 seconds to go. Is back underneath center as Anderson. He has Vince in motion. Play action pass, looking, throwing it up the field.
Got him.
Savory.
Got him.
Touchdown, Lions!
But 21.4 seconds to go.
Travis Savory, 16 yards on the play from 10 Anderson, and the Lions are on the board. We are tied at 6.
That was a touch pass, kind of like hitch and go. Get that there, Chieftain, maybe sucker up, come up to it, and then just pass the ball over his head. It's one of the toughest things you do when you get a quarterback rolling out. Do I stay on the receiver, or do I commit and come up and try to get the quarterback? And they saw it.
And we have a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a play from the quarterback, Tanner Anderson. You look at right here, he looked for the out pattern first to Savory. You see him come out, and he's like, whoop, let's go up the field. He had the catch and the touchdown, decent coverage, but not good enough as Savory got it into the end zone.
I can tell you, Jeremy, a long time ago when I played quarterback on offense and I played D-back on defense, that's one of the toughest things for the do. Do I commit, come up and try to take the QB, you know, or do I stay on the receiver out there? And they get you in that la-la land, and all of a sudden here's that nice little pass by Anderson. Clear over there, and man, was that a nice pass.
So Anderson really delivered that into the wind. He hung it up there just enough for Savory to get underneath it. Now here comes a big two-point conversion. If without the two-point conversion, we're tied at 6. With the two-point conversion, it is...
look at the formation here.
It's a spread formation. Look out for an underneath handoff of some kind. Anderson's going to roll. Looking, under some pressure, throws it. It is incomplete. Boy,
it was bobbled.
Elliott had it knocking off of his hands. And
a tip, a bobble, a bingo, bango, bongo.
I think his free left hand should have brought that thing down.
That's kind of like a pinball machine, isn't it? Something like that. Bingo, bango, bong. The ball's going everywhere where you want it to go.
Bing, bang, bong, and it didn't go where Hope wanted it, and so we are still tied up at 6 with 21.4 seconds to go here in the first half. And I'll tell you what, Hope better not relax too much after scoring the tying touchdown, because South Barber has shown that they can go to the air as well. So we'll bring up a kickoff for Hope. We'll see if South Barber has a special return on right now as they're over there on the sidelines talking with head coach James Johnston before this kickoff.
If the ball doesn't go out of bounds, you can guarantee there's going to be a Chieftain run back, because I don't think that the wind is going to be able to get the ball out of the end zone for a touchdown.
I don't think so either. If you look at the bends, he tees it up at the 30, and that ball is really, because if you see,
he's got it slanted back quite a bit.
Slanted back a lot, so he can get a good foot into it. He moves it.
Just a squibbler
drive, and Hope does the right thing as Todd Sheelight covers it up at the 31-yard line. And 1 second ran off the clock, so Hope still has some, or South Barber still has some time here to make something happen.
Yeah, 20.4 seconds to go before halftime. Hey, don't forget the thoroughbred trailer. We got to be thinking about who from each team. One player from each team is going to be make the stallion be the thoroughbred trailer.
Back to pass. Myers runs it, throws it out
wide open.
Has a man, needs to get to the sideline.
He did.
Scored, got out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
That's great recognition by Garrett Cook, I'll guarantee you. That nice catch by him. And Garrett, he's an all-purpose guy. He's had all-purpose over 2,481 yards for the whole year. He averages 202.6 yards per game for the Chieftains.
13 seconds left to go here in the first half. South Barber with the football, tied up at 6 as Hope just drove down the field off and scored. Back to pass. Myers rolls to his left. Throws it up the field.
Oh, he's open.
Caught! Touchdown!
How about that?
That was a touchdown! In on the catch, Clint Gates, 145-pound senior. And it is a lead again for the South Barber Chieftains with 5.6 seconds to go in the half.
And old Gates for the year, he's had 24 receptions, Jeremy, for 407 yards. And that was what he didn't catch any of during the year, any bigger than that one right there.
Here comes the two-point conversion. Myers is going to run it. Goes up the middle, he's in with 2. With 5.6 seconds to go in the first half.
And just like you called before that, you better look out. You know, after with 20.4 seconds when Hope scored, And they're going to get the extra point. Remember, here we go, extra point.
Up the field, Gates caught it and raced in for the score. And a big play right there.
Boy, he
for
stuck
South
in
Barber,
there.
Larry.
Yeah, he snuck in there right before that old pylon got him. But like I said earlier, he's had 24 catches during the year, Jeremy, for 407 yards. And none of them bigger than that one right there. So that's a great throw by John Myers by old Clint Gates. And he's a 5'11", 145-pound senior, number 10. And he'll remember that for the rest of his life. And momentum, momentum with the wind at your back, just got through swinging back to the old Chieftains, didn't it?
It certainly did. We'll see if South Barber chooses to kick it deep, because you know they can kick it out of the end zone, or if they try for a squibber right here to run some time off the clock.
Oh, I think he's just going to drill it clear out of the end zone and take their chances and let him have a touchback at the 15-yard line. That's what I think, because you only got 5.6 seconds to go. But I could be wrong.
And it's going to be a deep one, and it's through the end zone.
Oh, that's a 10 yards beyond the end of the end zone. That one really went.
So Hope will have probably one more play here in this second quarter. South Barber scores 2 plays, and they go 49 yards.
Now,
37-yard touchdown pass from Myers to Gates.
I'll tell you what, prior to that last play, I was going to say, hey, maybe Mr. Gordon was going to be getting on the trailer, the thoroughbred trailer for the Chieftains, huh? And all of a dang, now old Gates has kind of got in the picture there.
And they're going to go one run to Lucas Hicks. He'll pick up a couple yards on the play.
And it's halftime's here.
That'll be the final play of the first half. We're at halftime as the lead stays with the South Barber Chieftains. Drew Miller is down on the field talking with the head coach of the Chieftains, James Johnston.
Okay, we're with South Barber Chieftains coach, James Johnston. Coach, you finished the first half on a positive note, but this is an experienced 12-0 Hope team. What are you going to tell your players coming into the second half?
We got to do a better job of run blocking, number one. We got to line that out. They've come out with some different fronts that surprised us, and we got to line that out.
Now, you're talking about the run. How much of it has to do with the wind factor? Are you normally a run team, or is it the wind that's kind of making you look towards that route?
Well, the wind really shouldn't affect our running game. I think it's just their schemes, and their kids are playing a lot tougher up front than we are.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
That is head coach of the South Barber Chieftains, James Johnston. His team goes into halftime with a lead of 14-6. The first half was pretty exciting. I expect more in the second half. South Barber 14, Hope 6. Your second half is after this on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Presentation of the 2005 8-man Division I State Football Championship is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Rural Telephone and Nextech, providing telephone and internet technology solutions to central and western Kansas for over 50 years. Rural Telephone and Nextech support public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving the Kansas community. The First National Bank of Hope, serving Hope and the surrounding communities since 1923. Congratulating the Lions on their achievement. OK Co-op Grain Company of Kiowa, supporters of the Chieftains, congratulating the South Barber Chieftains on their success. The First State Bank of Kiowa, family owned and operated since 1935, offering a 24-hour ATM, supporting the South Barber Chieftains. Custom Rope of Kiowa, over 30 years of experience in tow rope making, supporters of the Kiowa Chieftains. And by Investment Professionals Incorporated with Dan Cook, Hope Booster Club, Bogner Incorporated, Chevrolet Buick, Hometown Market, KVK Incorporated, Building Systems Management, Kiowa Locker System, Tri-County Telephone Association Incorporated, Graves Plumbing, KPAK FM Radio, Kiowa, Kansas.
And welcome back to Schaefer Field in Russell. We are at halftime of the Kansas State High School Activities Association's football playoffs, Division I. South Barber Chieftains with a 14-6 lead over the Hope Lions. Jeremy McGuire, along with color analyst Larry Jantz, who's the first half that was filled with quite a lot of action. Both teams going up and down the field. The defense is not breaking much in that first half, but they finally did. The first break came to South Barber, a fumble recovery by Dustin Gordon. And then right here, as you see Myers rolling, threw it up the field. Chad Forrester making a nice catch, but Travis Savory there to save the touchdown. And the highlights continue for South Barber. As you see the quarterback Myers coming down the sidelines, Ed Coleman knocked him out of bounds before he got into the end zone. Here comes the tying touchdown from Hope. A little floater from Anderson to Travis Savory. He made the catch into the end zone. The two-point conversion was no good. The game was tied at 6. But here's the first half player of the game. The touchdown pass to Clint Gates, number 10, got into the end zone. And that was a look at the first half highlights, as it was a 14-6 lead for South Barber at halftime. At halftime, the stats as we look at it. At halftime, South Barber with 76 yards passing in the first half, Hope with 99. 56 rushing touchdowns for the Chieftains, 39 for Hope, 138 total yards of offense for Hope, 132 for South Barber. 7 first downs in the first half for Hope, 6 for South Barber. The only turnover in the first half was by Hope. And then the score at halftime, South Barber. And our first half Thoroughbred trailer players of the game, Mr. Larry Jantz.
I'll tell you what, because of those great tackles in that receiving end for the Hope Lions, we have number Travis Savory, number 85. He gets a Thoroughbred Stallion up there for the first half action for the Lions, and also Gates, number 10.
Clint Gates.
And Clint Gates, because of that long pass reception, the touchdown there, the momentum breaker, and so he gets it for the South Barber Chieftains, the Thoroughbred trailer.
And we are ready to start the second half. Garrett Cook ready to tee it up and to kick it into the air. That ball is going to be a roller. It's going to be picked up by Bentz at the 30-yard line, and it will be good field position for Hope all the way up to the 36-yard line. Bannon Cox in on the tackle for South Barber, and it will be first down and 10 Hope at the 35. And we saw in that first half, Larry, that Hope found some room in the passing game. We'll see if they continue that here in the second half.
Short, quick passes. And I think you'll see more of it again. They're in a shotgun formation, so look for it. It's going to be a pitch.
Pitch out to Hicks. He's still on his feet, picks up about 5 yards. Lucas Hicks.
Coaches love to see that, Jeremy.
Garrett
You can
Cook.
pick up 5 yards the first time.
Garrett Cook in on the tackle, and Hicks ran well to start the football game, but Hope went to the passing game a lot there in that second quarter. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
See, Anderson did a great job. He just kind of went down the line of scrimmage, see if they're going to commit on him. When they do, then he pitched out there to that all-purpose back, that 155-pound sophomore tailback that comes in sometimes, gives old Zeb Elliott a break, Lucas Hicks.
Back to pass, Anderson looking, still under some pressure. Looking, and he's going to be drug out of bounds, and a big loss. Good coverage by South Barber. Dustin Gordon runs him out all the way back at the Hope 34-yard line. A loss of 6 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
And I'll guarantee you that that old Dustin Gordon, he was kind of going to be our runner-up, wasn't he, for that old Thoroughbred trailer that first half with the action he had on the ball. Huh?
He's going for the gamer.
Yeah, he wants to get that gamer, or at least the second half, huh?
It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. Gordon ran Anderson out back at the 34-yard line.
I didn't know we ticked him off that much.
I didn't realize it either, but I guess so.
Gates is the, here we go. You got a split receiver out here.
3rd down and 11. Anderson back to pass, looking out in the flats. Hicks was the intended receiver, and Todd Sheelight was right there to make the hit. And Hope does not take advantage of the wind on their first possession. It will be 4th down and likely a punt for the Lions.
They had it both covered. Defensive end, Casey Pennick, he was right out there with Todd Sheelight. He had him covered. He was all over Lucas Hicks on that one. They smelled that one out. Now it's 4th down and way too many more than Hostetler likes, so they're going to be in punt formation, Jeremy, and they got split receivers. Here we go, 4th and 11.
So here comes the punt. Anderson puts it in the air. It's a high end over end kick. It bounces out of the end zone. And a 46-yard punt, but only a net of 31 yards, and it will be South Barber football, 1st and 10, their own 15. So the Chieftain defense gets it done on the first possession. Now their offense can really make a statement if they can get a score here.
Well, you know, and what was neat about it is that they made 5 yards on first, just what Hostetler wanted. The Lions start off with 2nd and 5, you know, but then all of a sudden, then hey, the whole, you know, Gordon comes in and stuffs them and makes it a 2nd and 11. Then we have an incomplete pass, 3rd and 11, and then they had a kick. So there you go.
James Johnston at halftime said he wanted better blocking for his run game. We'll see if it happens here. Cook slipped as he tried to make a cut. Steve Croft in there on making the tackle. A pickup of a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and a long 9.
Well, you're going to, like you said, he wants to get better blocking. He was not pleased with his up-front blocking. But when you go against that 185-pound Steve Croft nose guard, and old Ed Coleman, that 180-yard sophomore, number 35, and then you got Cass McMadden, 206-pound defensive end. It's been tough going all the first half.
2nd down and 9 as Myers back under center. He gets a block there. Cook to the sideline. Elliott is going to knock him out of bounds up at the 33-yard line, and a pickup of 17 yards and a 1st down for the Chieftains.
That was a great timing on that play because the defensive end, he got to the outside. He was going to turn the play in. And the offensive end, Joey Bratton, he just kept him going that way. That 77, the 6'1", 240-pound senior, he just kept him going outside. So it's about 8 yards deep in the end zone, and Cook just carried it up there.
Nice blocking on the outside. They sealed the end, and Cook got to the sideline, and Zeb Elliott was the lone man to keep him from scoring a touchdown. There's a quarterback keeper off the right side, and a nice hit. And we haven't called his name today. Travis Savory on the tackle as Myers crossed the 35.
Really? He was only that stallion. The thoroughbred got on the trailer after the first half, didn't he?
Sure did.
With all them tackles, and then cuts out there that great touchdown pass for the Hope Lions. And rewarded him with being on our thoroughbred trailer. So eat your heart out, John Madden and Al Michaels and Monday Night Football. You only have a horse trailer for them NFL players. And we got the thoroughbred trailer here in Russell, Kansas. 8-man.
2nd down and 3 for South Barber. Counter action to Gordon. He tries to cut it outside. Still on his feet.
Rumbling,
and
stumbling.
And face mask as the flag came flying from the line judge.
Is that why he stumbled? Rumbling and stumbling through there, Gordon?
Very well be.
Face mask?
So face mask against Hope.
Incidental or the major?
It looked like an incidental from the original call, but we'll see if the official referee has a different call when he comes back out. A pickup of about a yard on the play.
Rick Sabbath, he's the white hat, the referee, and Rick is kind of explaining the options to Mr. Swanger. Matt Swanger, number 44. He's offensive right guard and defensive nose guard for them on defense, but here he's playing
5 yards, inadvertent face mask.
Incidental, inadvertent.
On the defense, enforce from the end of the run, 2nd down, 2nd down.
So 2nd down, a gain of 2 on the play for Gordon, and then tack 5 yards on after that. Gordon with 7 carries for 37 yards.
Now, if you wanted to pass, now would be a good time. It's a 2nd one. This is down you could waste, but they're not going to.
Why pass it when we have Gordon? He's going to pick up 3 yards in a cloud of dust and another 1st down for the Chieftains.
I'm sorry. I just think like a no quarterback, and when I have 2nd and less than 1, I would have put the ball in the air and tried to catch him by surprise and stuck one guy out behind him, because I'm thinking they're looking for the run, so I'm going to give them the pass and get another 6 real quick. But they wanted the 1st down and keep the clock moving.
And
they did that.
9:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. South Barber with a 14-6 lead and the football. It's going to be a quarterback counter. Myers, and he is hit and dropped. Savory in on the tackle. Also in there was Logan Reef on the hit. And back over to the sideline goes John Myers to talk with his head coach James Johnston as he prepares for the 2nd down and 8 play.
Down old Reeves made that tackle. He comes in there sometimes. He's had 46 tackles all year, Jeremy, and had 2 interceptions. Old number 81, the 175-pound senior for the Hope Lions, Logan Reeves.
Second down and a long 8 for South Barber. There's a pitch to Cook. He has blockers. He's still on his feet, going down the sidelines. Breaks a tackle, still going in front
and a touchdown saving tackle.
Line. A pickup of 27 yards and a first down for the Chieftains.
Well, and guess who? His old Travis Savory's the one that saved that touchdown for the Hope Lions, I mean.
Hey, you see Cook, he had blockers all over the place on the corner, got there, broke a tackle there.
Breaking tackles.
And here's Savory just grabbing him by the ankles, brings him down at the 6-yard line. So first and goal for South Barber, the ball at the 6, just inside the 7, so we'll call it a long 6.
Look for some Gordon action.
There's a quarterback keeper on a little counter. Myers running hard, still going. Elliott brings him down. And they will mark it at about the 3-yard line. So a pickup of 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up second and goal from the 3.
Old Zeb Elliott, he stuck them cleats in the ground and he kind of took him sideways and tried to stretch out the play, and he kind of manhandled him down, kind of like bulldogging. Down there about a 5-yard line, you know, he just took him, moved him 5 yards to the side, didn't he?
So it brings up second down and goal from the 3. Gordon the carry, running towards the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown. The second touchdown run for Dustin Gordon of the football game. And with 7:29 to go, third quarter, it's South Barber 20 and Hope 6.
Well, I think part of Coach Johnston's questions have been answered. There's a pretty good line blocking, huh?
Excellent line blocking. 2-point conversion coming here, and the Hope defense needs something to happen for them right here. One setback is Cook, looking for him to go to the left. There's a pitch, gets a block, and Cook is in for the 2-point conversion. 7:29 to go, third quarter. South Barber has taken a 2-touchdown lead after the touchdown run from Dustin Gordon, and good blocking off that left side.
Oh man, that's incredible blocking by the line. And here we go for the.
You see it right here as Gordon just pounded his way in. Anderson tried to bring him down, as did Savory, but just not enough as Gordon with his second touchdown run of the football game.
And you got to give the offensive line credit, I'll guarantee you, Jeremy, because from the left end to the right end, you got Joey Brayton, number 77, 240-pound, 6'1" senior. Jordan Sterling, number 50. He's a 5'11", 220-pound sophomore. And you got Casey Pinnick, the center, number 41. He's a 6'1", 205-pound sophomore. Then you got Matt Swanger, right guard, 225-pound senior, number 44. And you got Chad Forrester. He's the lightweight of the bunch, 190-pound, 6'2" junior, number 42. Chad Forrester. And with a line like that, and they start getting some effective line blocking, that's one of the reasons why the Chieftains marched it right on down on the first possession and got a score.
Hope trying to get their alignment set just off camera as South Barber will put it into play again. We'll see if Cook gets another line drive. Puts a boot into it. It's a squib. It's on the ground.
Ball's
and
up for
I think South Barber has it. They do. Who does have it? It is South Barber football.
Are they excited? Look at the jumping jacks over there. Look at that Chieftains are jumping up and down.
To take control of this football game. And Jeff Hostetter is having a discussion with his man, Austin Graves, a 5'8", 210-pound senior. Couldn't handle that one right here. As you see the kick from Cook, it's a line driver, and Graves just couldn't keep his hands on it, and it will be South Barber football.
Who comes up with the ball? What number? Was it number 1?
And here's the play. There's another pitch to the left side. Cook to the outside. Savory brings him down. There's a flag.
Could be a hold. Could be a hold.
Looks like a holding will be called against South Barber. We'll see what the call is from Rick Sabbath. And it is a hold against South Barber. Only their third penalty of the football game for 25 yards. Hope has been whistled for 4 penalties for 20 yards. So now it is imperative that Hope gets a stop right here.
Yeah, you just can't have those turnovers.
10 yards, by the foul. Replay, first down.
There, now they got 1st and 20 instead of 1st and 10. So
a big play right here for the South Barber offense as they face a 1st and 20. And Hope needs to watch out and not get burnt deep as they have 7 men in the box, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper and nothing going on that play. Lucas Hicks in on the tackle for the Hope Lions. Hicks showing a lot of emotion out there, the 155-pound sophomore. And a pickup of 1 on the play, and it will bring up 2nd down and 19.
And it was just the Hope Lions are get a little touch of what the Kinston Goldbugs felt like when they got beat by South Barber 56-28. They had 4 turnovers in that game that kept the Kinston Goldbugs from getting this far.
The 2nd down and 19. There's a pitch out to Cook going left side, looking for some running room, has a little bit. Carl Benson on the tackle. And also coming out of there was Steve Croft up to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play, 3rd and 15.
A long way. Look what that penalty, look what that holding penalty done for him. Changes all the strategy that Coach Johnston would like to do, and he's forced to do some other things. But against the wind, going to be a play action pass of some sort. It won't be a slow delivery like that quarterback counter.
6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, 22-6. South Barber with the lead. Back to pass. Myers looking up the field, has a man, incomplete. That was intended for Chad Forrester, but the pass was just a little bit too tall, and it will be 4th down, and South Barber will be forced to punt the football.
And there's some little hope left for the Hope Lions on that one when that ball sailed over Forrester's head, and of course he's covered pretty well by Tanner Anderson, but if the ball had been on target, it would have been there for a completion because he was open.
And Austin Graves is the most thankful one of them all, as that punt will go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it at. And they will mark it still running at the 30-yard line. Officials communicating, so about a 10-yard net on the punt, and the sticks can stay just right about where they are right now. They didn't have to move.
Yeah, that's just about right, but yeah, at least the Hope got past that turnover, or that muffed on the kickoff return, and they held them, scored us. Now let's see what Tanner Anderson and Jeff Hostetler's crew got. It got Zeb Elliott out here split to the left.
And they have the wind with them. There's an inside handoff to Hicks. He's still running hard. Forrester, one of them there on the tackle.
Swonger. Number 44.
Swonger. And a pickup of 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7.
That's a great tackle. They wrapped him up, that Swonger, and that old Pennick. Number 41 Pennick, that 6'1", 205-pound sophomore Casey Pennick, and Matt Swonger, 225-pound senior, wrapped him up.
Lions need to find a way to get the ball in the hands of Zeb Elliott. They're going to try. They throw it up the field. That pass is deflected, and it is incomplete. Boy, howdy, that was another pinball machine right there.
Oh, that was a little bingo.
Hitting off the hands and everything, and Hicks about brought it in, but he at least knocked it down so that South Barber couldn't get a hold of it. And 3rd down and 7. 5:02 to go, 3rd quarter.
That was like taking either a hot potato out of the microwave. When you hug it in there too long, you know, hot potato. I don't want it, you know, you got to toss it in there, you're going to burn your hands. I thought it was pretty cold today. They wouldn't have that problem with a ball being too hot.
Apparently not. 3rd down and 7. Back to pass, Anderson throws it out.
Another deflected
and incomplete. He was looking out in the flat for Travis Savory. And Hope getting a little frustrated. I would not be surprised if they don't go for it right here as they have the wind at their back.
So Mr. Swonger got in there, I think, and kind of get that. Let's see if we have a replay on that one. I guess maybe that little muff.
3rd down and 7, or 4th and 7. It looks like South Barber is going to play some defense for the punt. Anderson gets it away, and it is going to go into the end zone again. So it will come out to the 15-yard line, and Hope is going to hope on their defense again. The South Barber defense really getting it done here in this second half, Larry.
Hope
not been able to pick up a first down so far in their first 2 drives of the second half.
And they just milked the clock, you know, so there's only 4:55 to go in the third quarter, and Hope had to win. So here comes the play in on the sideline to John Myers from Coach James Johnston. 18 years he's been down there at the
18
helm.
years as the head coach.
Yeah.
2 years prior as an assistant. 1st and 10. Cook again, and he is tripped up in the backfield. A shocker, Travis Savory gets his ankles. And a pickup of about a half a yard. We'll call it 1 on the play. 2nd and 9.
He tripped over Gordon. The line had did a good line surge by the home Lions that time. And they had Gordon, Dustin Gordon, the fullback, got pushed back into him, and Cook's legs got tangled up with him there, Jeremy. And that's what caused that, probably the missed timing of the play for only a yard gain.
We've only had 1 turnover so far in this ball game. Cook with a carry to the outside, gets a block, breaks a couple tackles, and he's up to the 29-yard line.
He did a great job of reading his blocks, getting out there on it. And finally, his number 35 was over there to make that tackle.
A pickup of 13 yards on the play as Ed Coleman brings him down.
He's had a great job. He's had 57 tackles all year long, Jeremy. And Ed Coleman's 180 pounds, just sophomore, buddy. But he's playing like a upperclassman today.
They need somebody to make something happen. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Hope trails by 16 points. It's 22-6. Gordon, right side. Tanner Anderson brings him down as he crosses the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 2 on the play.
But they still, the clock's grinding away on that. You get 2 and 3 and 4. And of course, each team wants to have that ball control. But right now, the Chieftains own the time of possession.
2nd down and 8 from the 29-yard line. Once again, the staff here at Russell High School doing a great job getting this field ready to play today for these 8-man championship games. Gordon again, he breaks a tackle. Elliott, the lone man out there, and he's out of bounds. They'll mark him out at the 30-yard line
of Hope.
19 yards on the carry for Dustin Gordon.
He's a tough load to bring down anytime, and that's a quick hitter that time. It wasn't one of those delay actions like quarterback count or anything, but we're going to give the ball to the big boy.
You look right here, look at Gordon thinking about juking Elliott, and he's like, let's try to put a shoulder into him. But
nah, don't think so, but Zeb had him. Zeb got him out of bounds.
1st and 10 from the Hope 30-yard line. South Barber like to put this game away. There's a pitch out. Savory on the tackle, along with Croft.
Great job by
Pick up, no gain on the play. And you see what South Barber's doing now, Larry, is they're making that pitch to the outside, making it quick. And Myers is going right down the line to make blocks for Cook on the outside to try and get him some opening.
But you got that old Savory back in there. He had to answer to it, neutralized it, and hey, you don't when you have first down and you don't make anything, that's bad.
Back to pass, looking for it was open, but the pressure was too big.
They had a blitz
Travis
on him.
Savory and Lucas Hicks bring him down, and Forster came out of his break, but didn't matter because he was swarmed under. Was the quarterback John Myers, and a loss of 5.
Yeah,
15.
And see, Hope plays the old 3-3-2 defense or 3-3-2 defense. And
you look right here, Myers had an opening, but boy howdy, tough to see him through all those black jerseys that were back there.
Hope has to make something. Hostetter knows that, so he sent 2 linebackers on a blitz that time. Of course, both of them, Lucas Hicks, 33, a 155-pound sophomore, and then of course Travis Savory is big-time senior there.
Shotgun, 3rd and 15. Myers is going to keep it.
Fumble
on his feet.
Oh, might have got it though.
Myers had it go right back in his chest.
I think the old bounce of the ball came right back into him because he was already down. He couldn't move it. The ball had to come back to him or he was going to lose it.
Pickup of 6 yards on the play.
Call it 4th and a long 9.
4th and 9, and I would be surprised if South Barber doesn't punt it right here. Because you know the ball's not going to go very far. and pin it back. You see right there, there that ball was, and Steve Croft was like, if I only was about 2 inches taller.
Yeah,
and
right.
South Barber is in punt formation right here.
What happened last time, though? Maybe a 10-yard gain on the punt.
There's the snap. Kick nearly blocked. And that maybe was possibly one of the ugliest punts I have ever seen. As that ball goes out of bounds, and they're probably going to mark it
for
at the 25-yard line.
4-yard gain from the line of scrimmage. That's a 4-yard punt.
Like I told you, I'd have punted it.
I wouldn't have disagreed with you. I wouldn't have been punting that ball. But I tell you what, I think the snap coming back there, and he saw the pressure coming. He should have been back maybe another 4 or 5 yards. But Swanger, look here, they only have the defense is not ready.
First down and 10. Savory gets the carry, looking for some running room, and he's brought down at the 28.
He made a quick 3, though. He made a quick 3 yards. He got there fast and quick. Hostetler comes over here with Reif and Tanner. They get the call.
And only a minute to go on the third quarter clock as it counts down. And Hope, they were successful with a lot of short passes towards the end of the first half. And they're going to try and do something again here. Elliott in motion. He's going to go up the seam. There's a throw down the field. Elliott is there. Incomplete. No penalty on the play.
Just
good
kind of
coverage
late
out there by South Barber, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Looked like a penalty going out there, but it's just one of these here leaves that fell off one of the trees, kind of blowing by there, and kind of the fall golden color, wasn't it, Jeremy? It looked like maybe a little laundry was on the turf, but it wasn't. Just a long, incomplete pass. Still bring what, 3rd and long 7, huh?
3rd down and 7 right here for the Hope Lions. 38 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. They trail South Barber by a score of 22-6. Anderson back to pass. Under some pressure. Still looking. Throws it up the field, and Savory was the intended receiver.
Forrester had him.
Forrester knocked him down, but the credit should go to Dustin Gordon over here on the far side. He came down and laid a lick on Lucas Hicks, who was going out for the halfback screen. And when he went down, Anderson had to turn and look elsewhere, and it's going to be a punting situation for the Lions.
Game plan A didn't work, so we're going to game plan B, huh?
Hicks marking out the signals. Anderson puts it in the air. It's another line drive kick, and another one that goes into the end zone, another touchback. And it will be South Barber football at their own 15-yard line with 26 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jeremy McGuire, Larry Jantz with you on Smoky Hills Public Television, bringing you the 8-man Division I and the Division II state championship football games, and they have been everything we've expected so far here in this first one with the Hope Lions and the South Barber Chieftains. Hope coming in 12-0 on the season. South Barber coming in 12-0 on the season. And there's the give left side Cook. Bounces to the outside, stumbles around, and he will pick up a yard to the 16-yard line. And I don't know if South Barber's ran the ball to the right side so far in this second half, Larry.
I haven't seen it. They're trying to go over there to the Coleman side, Lucas Hicks, and of course the nose guard's old Steve Croft at number 99, 185-pound nose guard. He's had 25 tackles all year, and Coleman's 57.
And that is the final play of the 3rd quarter. The South Barber Chieftains are in front by a score of 22-6. They have the football. Your 4th quarter is coming up after this timeout on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Presentation of the 2005 8-man Division I State Football Championship is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Rural Telephone and Nextech, providing telephone and internet technology solutions to central and western Kansas for over 50 years. Rural Telephone and Nextech support public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving the Kansas community. The First National Bank of Hope, serving Hope and the surrounding communities since 1923. Congratulating the Lions on their achievement. OK Co-op Grain Company of Kiowa, supporters of the Chieftains. Congratulating the South Barber Chieftains on their success. The First State Bank of Kiowa, family owned and operated since 1935, offering a 24-hour ATM, supporting the South Barber Chieftains. Custom Rope of Kiowa, over 30 years of experience in tow rope making, supporters of the Kiowa Chieftains. And by Investment Professionals Incorporated with Dan Cook, Hope Booster Club, Bogner Incorporated, Chevrolet Buick, Hometown Market, KVK Incorporated Building Systems Management, Kiowa Locker System, Tri-County Telephone Association Incorporated, Graves Plumbing, KPAK FM Radio, Kiowa, Kansas.
South Barber comes to the line facing a 2nd down and 9 from Schaefer Field and Russell. 2nd and 9 for the Chieftains. They lead 22-6. Left side, Cook has an opening and is hit and brought down at the 20-yard line to pick up a 4 yards on the play. He'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Drew Miller, you're lost in the crowd somewhere. What do you have for us?
Okay, Jeremy, we're down here at ground level with some South Barber High School students, and I have Lene Wagenbach and some of our other friends. Lene, it looks like we got a good score here, 22-6. Are you excited that they're ahead right now?
Yes, I am very excited.
Now, if South Barber wins, are you going to celebrate?
Yes.
So I hear, Jeremy, that South Barber has a very interesting cheer. Would you guys like to do it for us?
Sure.
Go ahead. Jeremy, back to you.
Thanks, Drew. Up the field, looking for Gates. That pass is incomplete. And our thoroughbred trailer player of the game couldn't have been tall enough to catch that pass. It'll be 4th down for South Barber.
I'll guarantee you, the old Wilt Stilt, number 13, that played for the old Rock Chalk Jayhawks in his prime, wouldn't have been able to catch that pass either, and he was over 7 feet tall. Had his jersey retired January 17th, 1998, down at Allen Fieldhouse, too, for a little trivia.
I was there.
That was what a night that was.
That was pretty special. My first ever Jayhawk game, and that was it. Swanger boots it away. Boy, he hooked that one, and that's going to be out at about the 29-yard line if I was to take a bet and a guess. That one went into the stands, and somebody is going to have a souvenir. And look where they put it. The 29-yard line. What an eye from the booth, huh?
Oh, he was all over that one, Jeremy. That's a good job. It wasn't quite the same results that Tanner Anderson's been getting when he had to win at his back punt. He was having touchback after touchback. But all due credit to that old Swanger. He's played one heck of a game in every other thing, but just that punt.
Watch for the short passes right here. There's an option to the right. Hicks had a little running room, but he's going to be brought down as he gets to the 27, down to the 26, a pickup of 3 on the play. And I'll tell you what, Tanner Anderson got whacked as he pitched that football.
Yeah, and Chance Sterling, he's in there now. I haven't seen much of him earlier. He's a free safety, number 28, 5'10", 170-pound junior. And he made a nice tackle there to keep that gain pretty short there for the old Hope Lion. Oh, number 33, Lucas Hicks, didn't gain too much.
2nd down and a long 7. Anderson.
Twins to the right.
Has Elliott in motion. He's going to go up the seam again. Anderson into trouble, throws it up and incomplete. That was intended for Vince at about the 22-yard line. Cook on the coverage for South Barber. 3rd down for the Lions.
If he could have just held on just another second, Zeb Elliott was getting open, but he'd had to throw it clear across the left-hand side of the field over there, but he was open.
South Barber's doing a good job when Elliott comes in motion. He tries to get in that slot position, tries to go right down the seam. South Barber's done a good job, especially on that play, jamming him and not allowing him a free release.
Well, you got to respect that, because he's had 68 pass receptions for 998 yards this year.
3rd down and a long 7. Anderson back to pass, looking, throws it up the field, incomplete.
Over his head.
Intended for Elliott over there on the far side, and it will bring up a 4th down for Hope, and they need a little over 7 yards for a first down. They need the South Barber 19-yard line.
I was going to say that there was just a miracle time. Need something like that. That ball just been sailing on him about all day long. It's just tough to make the adjustment for the, or at least so far it has been for Anderson. And Tanner all year long has had over almost 1,595 yards passing for the year.
Shotgun formation right here for the Lions. Back to pass, looking out in the flats, has Hicks, but he is not going to have the first down.
Turn the ball over.
He's down to the 23, picks up 4 on the play, but they needed another 4, and it will bring up a possession for the South Barber Chieftains.
Yeah, Garrett Cook, the old 165-pound, 5'10" senior, number 33 for the South Barber Chieftains. He was all over that one and stuffed it out for just a short game. And so we're going to have turn the ball over, and the Chieftains now have it with the winner to back, and they lead 22-6 with 10:07 to go, Jeremy.
Look for him to continue to hammer on that left side of that offensive line, trying to go over Coleman. Now they're going to go right side. Cook still on his feet. He's trying to break Elliott's tackle, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line. Zeb Elliott saved an even bigger gain and a pickup of 7 yards on the play, and it will bring up 2nd down and 3.
And that was some incredible downfield block, and the quarterback even got downfield there, along with Jordan Sterling, the old left guard, 220-pound, 5'11" sophomore. 50 was down there, and they were laying blocks downfield to help old Cook make some extra yardage.
9:30 to go in the ball game. South Barber trying to stall away this clock for a state championship. Gordon with the carry and the first down. Logan Reef in on the tackle up at the 35, a pickup of 5 yards and a first down.
More than enough for that first down. And keep those sticks moving. And here is the old referee. He's just winding the clock. Kind of airing out the armpits, don't they, Jeremy? You know, get them first downs, keep the sticks moving. That's exactly what Coach Johnston wants for the Chieftains.
Story of the second half, Larry. South Barber 6 first downs, Hope 0.
Got that right.
First down and 10. Again for the Chieftains. There's the pitch out. Cook looking for some room, and Savory wraps him up, but Cook squirms free and is able to pick up a yard.
One of the few misses that you've seen Travis Savory have. Travis? One of the few that he's missed at 190 pounds. He's been there a horse all day long for the Hope Lions, but it's a great spin out. He spin out the old tackle and turned a negative 3 yards into a positive 1.
19 carries, 97 yards for Garrett Cook here in the ball game. Unofficial stats, but he picks up 1 there, but more importantly, the clock continues to run.
I think Mr. Gordon's getting the ball.
And there's Gordon with the carry, bouncing outside, still on his feet. Look at him, lower the shoulders.
He's a bulldozer.
Holy Toledo, they still didn't bring him down.
I tell you what, that is a bulldozer in action. That's, you know.
Down to the 31-yard line.
That's kind of like, you know,
look at this right here.
He's like a bobcat. Look at him. You know, one of the bobcats with a front end loader on it. Look at that. Boom.
Look at him lower the shoulder right
boom,
there.
There's one. Boom,
there's another one.
And boom, finally gets him knocked out of bounds. Let's call it a ricochet, wasn't it? Bounce off. That's like a bowling ball bouncing off of that Gordon. 240-pound senior.
First down. Cook with the ball, and he is going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10, and the clock is becoming an enemy for the Hope Lions. They trail 22-6, and the clock just ticked under 8 minutes to go in the ball game.
And yeah, and it's fourth quarter action, and now they're going to have 2nd and 10 though, because that was a great job by Lucas Hicks, the 155-pound sophomore. You know, coming into this game, he had 45 tackles for all year, and Lucas Hicks has been all over. He's been a good old workhorse for Coach Hostetler for all day long, though.
21 carries for Cook. And he's getting his 22nd right here.
Pull.
Still on his feet. And Elliott and Reef bring him down at the 25-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play.
Oh, Chieftains had student body right on that one there. Did you see them pulling guards? I mean, that old 50, did you see old 50, that pulling guard?
They brought everybody over.
Yeah, old Pennick snapped the ball to old Myers, and he got the ball out there. And old Gordon Sterling, the old left guard, 225-pound sophomore, number 50, but doing a good job getting out there.
So a 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 for South Barber. Gordon up the middle, and he is brought down. Savory makes the initial hit. Anderson came in there, and it's a 4th down and 3. 4th and 3 for South Barber as the clock now sitting at 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
And Mr. Dustin Gordon was just a little slow getting up on it. This workhorse has said, you know, I could use a little oxygen, I think. You guys are working me to death out here.
Tell you what, if it wins you a state championship, you'll run all day long.
Yeah, he's going to find some.
He's
there he is
again.
again.
Carry again. He busts forward, and it is going to be very close to a 1st down. It will all depend on the spot.
Uh-oh.
We'll see where they put it down, and I think it's short of the 1st down.
They're saying 1st down the other way.
Short of the 1st down, no gain on the play by Dustin Gordon, or a gain of a couple on the play, and it will bring up 1st and 10 for Hope, and the Lions have another shot, but they only have 6 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, and they need to move the ball and get 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions.
And do it in a hurry, and the clock's not on the deal. Like the old coach says, you don't want to hurry, you want to hustle, be quick. So they need some quick scores. Every time you hurry, you make mistakes.
1st down and 10, the ball at the 22-yard line. Quarterback keeper Tanner Anderson still on his feet. Boy, howdy, a lot of heart there. Sterling on the tackle along with Cook.
You know, that was pretty stubborn. He's kind of like that Gordon kid. It's just, I just was not going to be denied of trying to make some yardage.
No gain on the play, but it will bring up 2nd and 10. Clock now under 6 minutes to go in the game.
And Hope needs a lot of hope, a lot of answered prayers on right here, and they got to do it quick, Jeremy.
2nd and 10. They're going to have to put the ball in the air. There's a shovel pass to Elliott, trying to break free, and Forrester right there. Chance Sterling again. A pickup of 3 yards on the play. 3rd down and 7.
And they had Mr. Sterling in there, I think, again, on help with that tackle.
Forrester had a piece 28. Of it.
Yeah, Chance Sterling, free safety, was in on it.
3rd down and 7. The chances for Hope are fading right now. They need a big play, and they need it now. Back to pass. That pass is knocked down. Savory picks up the loose ball, trying to make something out of nothing. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up 4th down and 4. 4th and 4.
And that was knocked down by Pennick. Casey Pennick, 6'1". He stretched as far as he could. Jumped up in there with all 205 pounds on those pads and knocked that ball up in the air and disrupted whatever Hope did want to have.
And a timeout has been taken on the field. 4:43 to go. We'll take it with you. 22 for South Barber, 6 for Hope. We'll have more action when we come back on Smoky Hills Public Television. Jeremy McGuire, Colorado's Larry Jantz back at Schaefer Field in Russell. Hope with a crucial 4th down and 4 here, Larry.
Oh, yeah, they need something to happen quick. Coach Hostetter, Coach Joe Ross, they got the think tank going, and the play's been called, and it's just a matter of what it's going to be. But it'll be some type of play action pass. They got to get something. They got too far to go for a running play.
I look for Elliott to run a post right here. Throws it over the field. It is incomplete. Knocked down. John Myers knocks the pass down, intended for Zeb Elliott.
Well, you know, he's been the #1 leading receiver all year long, hardly for him. I mean, because Zeb Elliott, he's caught 998 yards coming into this game, 68 passes for almost 1,000. So here we go.
Yeah, right here, that pass hung up a little bit. Anderson threw it up, and that gave Myers a chance to knock it down. So 4th down fails for the Lions, and now it goes back to South Barber with a chance to put this football game away. Cook carry, breaks free, still on his feet. Elliott tries to bring him down, and finally brought down by number 99, Steve Kropp. stopped at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, Steve Cross saved the touchdown right there. There's a great zigging and zagging by old Cook. Old Garrett Cook did a great job. Of course, he's that ever-present 5'10", 165-pound senior tailback.
A pickup of 19 yards on the play. Cook now with 122 yards unofficially for the ball game.
And here we go with the Chieftains first down and
goal from the 9. Gordon running hard, still on his feet, and brought down by Savory as he approaches the 5. Call it a pickup of 4 on the play.
Yeah, I think the spot is about the 6, Jeremy, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. But now we're under 4 minutes to go, and ball control. That's been a great job. You know, Coach Johnston coming out the second half said they need to do a better line blocking. I think they've done that up front with all them horses they got that weigh over 200 pounds. You know, the only one, maybe Chad Forster is the only one that's under 200, and they've done a good job lead blocking for these backs.
They have for sure accomplished that. There's right side Cook, and he is going to be buried at the line of scrimmage. Coleman and Hicks in on the play, no gain on the play. It will bring up 3rd down and goal now for the Chieftains.
And in the second half action here now, Jeremy, we need to be starting to think about who do we place on there, you know, for the thoroughbred trader. Could be some decisions, huh?
Could be some big decision time. 3rd down and goal from the 6. That's going to be a false start off the left side.
I think Mr. Jordan Sterling might have got just a little early on the snap count. 5'11", 220-pound sophomore. Had a great game. He's been getting ready to pull, getting ready to lead. He's getting ready to charge off the ball and make another good block for the backs, and just missed the timing of when the snap is called.
On the offense.
So another penalty against South Barber. Their 4th penalty for 30 yards. Hope has had 4 penalties for 20 yards. That ball is just sitting just outside the 10-yard line. A touchdown here will for sure put this ball game away. South Barber cannot get a first down. It's either a touchdown or nothing unless they get a penalty against Hope that gets an automatic first down. There's the pitch out to Cook. Looking for the corner. He gets there, breaks a tackle, touchdown! South Barber has pretty much sealed the deal. The Chieftains have taken a commanding 28-6 lead after the 11-yard run by Garrett Cook.
And he broke that tackle, or would-be tackle, by number 85, Travis Savory. Here's our replay, I think. Okay.
2-point conversion coming
up
for South Barber to trying to put 30 points on the board, and some of the Hope fans have seen enough.
Just one back set.
There's a one back set
by Myers.
Keeper by Myers, and he's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 2:33 to go, and the touchdown run by Garrett Cook has pretty much put this football game away. 30-6, South Barber with the lead. You see Cook, he bounces it outside, slips inside for the touchdown for the Chieftains, and a big win here for South Barber, Larry Jantz.
It's just a great job by persistence and the blocking up front. But that was a great read there by Cook, because he kind of zigged and zagged the guy and broke that tackle by number 85, Travis Savory, and he was in the end zone for the TD. And like you mentioned earlier, it's about lights out now, because there's just not enough time on the clock, but there's 2:33 to go for the Hope Lions. And both these teams have been here before. And one's going to be runner-up, and one's going to survive and be the state champs.
Hope, a good season, and they had some dominating wins. 3 shutouts in their previous 5 ball games, and the kick is in the air by Cook, and it clears the back of the end zone, so it will be Hope football at their own 15-yard line.
Jeremy, you know, coming into this ball game, you know, Coach Hostetler, he's a 1980 graduate of Hope High School, and he's been the head coach here all 17 years, and overall 130 wins and 47 setbacks. And he said some of the keys to winning the game, get this: slow the running game, which we'll know the answer to that. make good tackling, wrap them up, and no big plays allowed.
That pretty much tells the story. Hicks still running hard. He's brought down. Matt Swanger in there along with Chance Sterling. 5 yards on the carry.
And he wanted good tackling. He wanted to wrap them up, and you saw them breaking. The strength of the running backs by the Chieftains broke several tackles in these last drives, especially in the second half here, haven't they?
Boy, this will help to clear up some of the bitter taste that South Barber had from their last trip here to Russell. Lost
St. Paul
to
got
St. Paul. And this victory will make it sweet for him. It's a quarterback keeper on the left side. And stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play for Anderson. The whole right side of that line led by Chad Forrester from his linebacker position. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
And you get, I can remember the last time it was back here, Raines. Remember that Raines, a big old lineman for Hope, and played in the Shrine Bowl game. Yeah. Shrine Bowl pace it, and then got to play in the game. A pretty rare treat.
Back to pass, throw over the
Up
middle.
the middle, wide
pass
open.
is caught by Vince. Cook and a host of Chieftains there on the tackle.
Ball's dead for the ball.
But that's going to be a pickup of 8 yards and a 1st down for Hope, and that is the first down of the second half for the Lions with 1:16 to go.
That shows the domination by the defense of the Chieftains, because Hope didn't want to have any big plays allowed and had good tackling, wrap them up, and it just didn't happen, Jeremy. So here they go, 1st down and 10. The first down, you said.
Anderson looking, he's going to throw it up the field. That's going to be nearly picked off. It actually made it through the defenders and hit off of Zeb Elliott. Good sportsmanship over there on the far side as Myers helps Elliott up, and a pat on the hind end for a good ball game.
Double coverage. They had Zeb covered. They had John Myers, a cornerback. Number 11, the 6 foot, 155-pound senior cornerback on defense, and quarterback along with Chase Sterling. Threw it double coverage, and they just tipped it away and incomplete. 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10. Anderson under pressure, throws it up the field, and that pass is incomplete, out of bounds at the 35, so it will be a 3rd down for the Lions. The clock sitting at exactly 1 minute to go.
And Travis Savory was the intended receiver and almost brought it down. And that was a good touch pass that kind of made it insane. He was double covered, but it was a great pass by Tanner Anderson to just try to get close and get in there. But 1 minute to go for the South Barber Kiowa Chieftains to celebrate a state championship.
Hope facing a 3rd down and 10, and seniors in today's ball game are looking at their final 1 minute of play in high school football. Zeb Elliott, Carl Benz, some of them on the side for Hope. There's the run by Anderson. He's going to pick up a couple of yards up to the 30-yard line. Also for Hope, Logan Reef, Travis Savory, Steve Croft playing their final football game of their high school football.
But for the South Barber, they got 9 seniors, 10 juniors, 7 sophomores, 6 freshmen, Jeremy. 32 on their roster.
4th down. 4th down, back to pass. Throwing it up the field, the man's open, and Elliott somehow makes a catch.
Zeb Elliott.
Cutting inside, and I'll tell you what, he is not quitting, down to the 23-yard line. A pickup on the play of 26 yards and the 1st down.
Now you can see why he had over 1,000 yards for the year, 998 coming to this game. And so here we go, 24 seconds to go. But it's too little too late, huh?
And a 1st down attempt right here. That pass is knocked away.
Got a blitz coming on.
Casey Pinnock nearly picked off the tip by Dustin Gordon. 12 seconds to go. Nice catch right here by Elliott. He went up and grabbed that sucker in and brought it down and was trying to find his way to the end zone.
Made some good zigs and zags after he caught the ball to get a few extra yards. But it's one of those old stories about it's too little too late.
And you can see the players over there on the far side from South Barber
anxious,
jumping around. They want to celebrate this state championship.
You can't blame them. There's 9 seniors.
Back to pass
over there.
Anderson under pressure, throws it up the field. It's caught by Elliott, short of the first down.
5 seconds
and
to
that
go.
is going to be,
And
well, Hope is going to take a timeout.
The last
4.8 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. And a pickup of 8 yards on the play, and it will bring up a 3rd down for the Lions. Elliott making another catch over the middle right here and just couldn't get up for the first down, and so they have to take a timeout. James Johnston in the huddle telling us, guys, do not allow a touchdown. This is probably your final play of your career for the seniors, final play for of the season for everybody.
And you know, Zeb Elliott had 18 passing touchdowns this year, all of them from Anderson, 14 rushing touchdowns, and 5 special team touchdowns, but today he's shut out on it, not because of his lack of his effort, but a great defensive job by the Chieftains to keep them from getting in the end zone.
So 3rd down and 2, probably the final play. Up the field, into the end zone for Elliott. It is caught for the touchdown.
On the last play of the game.
0.7 seconds to go, and a touchdown pass from 15 yards out. And Zeb Elliott scores to close the gap a little bit in this 8-man Division I state championship
7/10 of a second to go. And eat my words, Zeb Elliott says, don't count me out yet. 5 seconds ago, I said he hadn't caught one yet today. He hadn't gotten the end zone.
Oh, he did it there.
Yes, he did. Great job by Zeb, and a great throw by Tanner Anderson.
2-point conversion coming here. Anderson's going to give it a double reverse and a pass into the end zone, incomplete. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is from the officiating crew.
Could be a little defensive hold, you think, in the backfield?
False start on Hope, and you know that South Barber will decline it.
4 men on the line, on the offense, declined, no try.
So Hope will have one more kick left to go with 0.7 seconds to go. And the score is 30-12.
Well, and South Barber all year long in their first 12 games, they've only let the opponents have 15.5 game points, and here they held them under that average, 12 points. Each team scoring about 50 points, 54 points all year long on offense, and today is a good defensive battle by all of them, but South Barber found a way to get 30 points on the board today.
Chieftains really got it done. They made the plays where they need to and put the ball game away when they had to as well. Here comes the kick.
Would you say it's an
from
onside
Hope?
kick?
I would say probably so. Line drive is taken by the Chieftains. They are the 8-man Division I state champions. Let it out, Kiowa South Barber. You're the 2005 state champions in a well-deserved title fight here against the Hope Lions, and understandably so, a very dejected sideline for Hope right now, Larry.
Oh, that was a great catch there. That's 73 for the South Barber Chieftains. 5'8", 210-pound junior Austin Graves snuffed out that onside kick and set on it. And what was he thinking about down there? This game's over and we're the state champs.
I'm gonna hang on to this football, and I'm not gonna mess this deal up.
Look at him, and Gordon even got his helmet up, but he don't have enough energy left to be jumping up and down. He's been a workhorse all day. Now we got to be thinking about, hey, who is the player for each team makes that thoroughbred trader?
That's a good question. I would, I'll let you make that call. That's a
But
good,
overall,
good
I can tell you for the whole game, you know what, I think I'd say ball control by the Chieftains.
Absolutely.
Especially the second half. Ball control, offensive, I'd just say and they've held them to 12 points, so I'd just say the total ball control team effort is going to be the overall for the game for the Chieftains, correct?
I would say so. Garrett Cook, you look at Garrett Cook, had 19 yards rushing at halftime on 10 carries and finished with 25 carries, 133 yards, and a touchdown. So he put up 114 yards in the second half, including a touchdown, the one that really Sealed the deal on that 11-yard run around the left side. See the South Barber team getting in there and getting excited. The Hope team posing
forget
for
that
a picture
Gordon,
as well.
It wasn't for that Gates catch that was going to give it to Gordon first half. He did a workhorse too, but I'd say probably the second half we should give it to Cook for the Chieftains. Overall, the whole team for the game, correct?
Absolutely.
Now for Hope Lions, we had Sabre, made it the first half. His entire effort on offense and defense, catching a good the ball. There you see a picture of Travis, dejected at this moment, but had one heck of a ball game. Travis Sabre did, number 85. So who do you think the second half for the Hope Lions?
That's a good question. That one, say maybe Anderson threw for a touchdown. It's Elliott. I'd say Elliott probably. He made some big tackles, had some nice catches there on that final drive to get him into the end zone to even it up a little bit. I might say Zeb Elliott.
Zeb Elliott. I think that's good. They were stallions, and they played like thoroughbreds all day long, and I think they never quit. Just like said, like eating my words when I said he hadn't scored a touchdown yet, and all of a sudden the last play for Hope, then he did do it. Scored that touchdown. Let's give it to Zeb Elliott.
So a win for the South Barber Chieftains, 30-12. They're to the 8-man Division I state champions. When we come back, we'll hear from head coach James Johnston of the South Barber Chieftains. We'll be back after this on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Hey, we're back here with Coach James Johnston. Coach, first of all, congratulations. What are you feeling right now?
I can't talk. I'm just, overcome. Kids worked hard.
Well, your kids sure did work hard, and it just seemed like, two teams coming in 12-0. They just kept their composure. They seemed a little bit slow coming out, but then their cylinders got to working.
Yeah, I tell you what, they did a great job. They came out with some defensive fronts that I wasn't expecting. I give credit to the Hope coaches for doing that. It really stymied us the first half, and the kids did a good job coming back the second half.
Talk about the season itself, Coach. It seems like your kids just were real resilient throughout the whole year. So what does this mean to them?
Oh, I think it means a lot. We've come so close in the past that and not quite gotten it, now we have. But hey, I'd like to take my assistant coaches. They really did a super job. They talked me into kicking into the wind the second half, and it really turned out to be in our favor. And they were great guys. Matt Cantrell, all my assistants are great guys.
It seemed like that might have been one of the turning points of the game.
Well, I think it was. We came out and we kicked into the wind. We defensively, we stopped them when we came down and we scored going into the wind. And I think it was a real turning point in the game.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Back to you, Jeremy.
All right, thanks a lot, Drew. And you see that Chieftain football team right there. They are excited. They are state champions. The community surrounding them. If you would like a copy of the 8-man 2005 state championship game on DVD or VHS, contact Smoky Hills Public TV, P.O. Box 9, Bunker Hill, Kansas 67626, or online at www.shptv.org, and get a hold of us toll free as well if you'd like. That 800-337-4788, extension 133. And South Barber Chieftains victorious, and a heck of a year for South Barber, Larry.
Yeah, and it's a great job. And Coach Johnston is a pretty humble guy, and he wants to give credit to Brad Morse, assistant coach, Todd Reeves, Matt Cantrell. They all helped a great job, and so it's pretty neat. Just a great job by the Chieftains. All especially the second half when he wanted to control the line of scrimmage, he had to get better blocking up front, and guess what? They got
better blocking.
Yeah, and they just kept. They won the time of possession on the clock. They just kept the ball away from him, and like it said many times, one of the best defenses is a good offense, and they can't score if they don't have the ball, and it proved out to be that way. And so hats off to the South Barber Chieftains, and so that is just a great win for them, a great championship season, 13-0.
South Barber 13-0. Hope ends their season at 12-1. The crowning point for the Chieftains, a 30-12 victory over Hope in the 8-man Division I state championship game. A heck of a ball game. Special thanks to everybody who made this possible, including our camera folks that were out there outside braving the elements. Drew Miller, Les Kinderconnect, Division II. It should be just as exciting as Division I. as the Waverly Bulldogs are set to take on the Palco Roosters. For Larry Jantz, this is Jeremy McGuire saying, seeing you a little bit with the Division II state champions on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Presentation of the 2005 8-man Division I State Football Championship is made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Rural Telephone and Nextech, providing telephone and internet technology solutions to central and western Kansas for over 50 years. Rural Telephone and Nextech support public broadcasting and all ventures dedicated to improving the Kansas community. The First National Bank of Hope, serving Hope and the surrounding communities since 1923, congratulating the Lions on their achievement. OK Co-op Grain Company of Kiowa, supporters of the Chieftains, congratulating the South Barber Chieftains on their success. The First State Bank of Kiowa, family owned and operated since 1935, offering a 24-hour ATM, supporting the South Barber Chieftains. Custom Rope of Kiowa, over 30 years of experience in tow rope making, supporters of the Kiowa Chieftains. And by Investment Professionals Incorporated with Dan Cook, Hope Booster Club, Bogner Incorporated, Chevrolet Buick, Hometown Market, KVK Incorporated, Building Systems Management, Kiowa Locker System, Tri-County Telephone Association Incorporated, Graves Plumbing, KPAK FM Radio, Kiowa, Kansas.